I started as the master of Jin Feng's Ayulu, astonishing the world with a single sword. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 26, Meeting with Liu Wumai. There was a hint of sneer in his eyes. Hall Master, this Ling Xian is provoking us. Lei Mo looked at Ling Xian and couldn't help saying. He is now qualified to provoke us. If you don't accept it, you can go and communicate with him, Lei Mu said coldly. At this moment, his heart was still throbbing. Just now, he only saw the flash of the knife. With a flash of the knife, Mo Beiming was cut in half. Mo Beiming is a master in the middle stage of the soul refining. The highest talent in their Lei Hall is at the peak of the innate, and it is estimated that it will only take one knife to deal with him. Hall Master, in fact, we don't have to worry. It must be expensive for Ling Xian to invite such a master. If the person he invited could attack at will, there would be no need to endure Lei Ao's provocation before, Lei Gu said on the side. Hearing Lei Gu's words, the breathing of several people in the wing room became calm. Bai Tianyu's knife frightened his mind. Now thinking back, it is indeed true, and the mind can't help but calm down. Second Master, you should go see young Master Qin now and see what young Master Qin has ordered. I will go and bring back Mo Beiming's body, Lei Gu said. Hearing Lei Gu's words, Lei Mu nodded. Lei Gu then stepped out of the restaurant and quickly came to the two halves of Mo Beiming's body. He touched the wound with his palm. Before he touched the wound, his bony palm felt a stinging sensation. Such a sharp and domineering sword energy, but judging from this wound, the person who killed Lei Ao last night is not the same person. His palm was iron-colored, blocking the sword energy, merging the two halves of the body together, and quickly left. Although Mo Beiming is now only two halves of the body, they can get a lot of information from it. Mo Beiming's body was taken away, and the blood on the ground gradually disappeared with the washing of rain. After a while, people on the street appeared one after another and restored the previous scene. At this time, on the top of a tea house, Qin Hao and Old Zhu were standing upstairs. Looking at Bai Tianyu and Ling Xian who entered the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, he said, Mr. Zhu, how strong is this man? He killed Mo Beiming with one sword. This man is very strong, but he didn't show much strength. I can't analyze his realm, Mr. Zhu said in a deep voice. Bai Tianyu only attacked with one sword, and this sword was fast and sharp. He couldn't tell Bai Tianyu's realm. Can Mr. Zhu dodge this sword? Qin Hao said. I can't dodge this sword, but his sword can't break my defense. As long as I block this sword, I can attack. As for who will win after the attack, we have to fight to know, Mr. Zhu said. But Master, Ling Xian was able to find such a master. He is more difficult to deal with than we thought. It's probably difficult to take over the Kongming mine now, not to mention that the people from the Red Sandalwood Palace are coming soon. Then Mr. Zhu said in a deep voice. Go and investigate this person first. I want to know who he is, and arrange for me to contact Su Chen. I want to meet him. Ling Xian has such a master to help him. Su Chen should be terrified at this time and should be in urgent need of someone to cooperate with. I don't mind helping him. Mo Beiming is the last nutrient I prepared for the blood demon flower. Now that Mo Beiming is dead, let's use this Bai Tianyu to replace him. Qin Hao's eyes flashed with cold light. Killing intent filled the air. Jin Feng Xiaoyu building, 5th floor. Su Chen slowly returned to his chair. His expression was calm. After a while, Ling Xian and Bai Tianyu came to his room from the dark pavilion. After Bai Tianyu entered the room, he turned back and went into the next room. Master, after Mo Beiming was killed, the people from the Thunder Hall should not look for me for the time being. I will speed up the arrangements here and find out the situation behind them, Ling Xian said. Handle the matter yourself and give me a piece of news about the lady in Yechuan, Su Chen ordered. He was going to meet the lady in the evening, so of course he had to learn about her. Ling Xian took the order and quickly handed the lady's information to Su Chen. Su Chen took a closer look at the information about the lady of Yechuan. There was not much content. The lady's name was Liu Wumai, the third disciple of Gong Nanian, the left protector of Changhan Palace. She came to King Chang 3 years ago. The purpose and specific strength were unknown. The martial arts skills were suspected to be practicing Xianai Shenshuju, Yinyang Hehunju, and Zuanming Yincha Palm. Looking at the information introduction of the intelligence, Su Chen felt that Liu Wumei seemed to be more difficult to deal with than Mo Biming, the master of the magic way in the frontier who just died. Such an extraordinary person wants to see me, and his intention is not small. Su Chen closed the information. Changhan Palace, the third disciple of the left protector, this identity is definitely not ordinary, and he has been in Qingcheng for 3 years. There are only two possibilities. The first is that Liu Wumei came here for a purpose. The second is that he was exiled to this frontier land. Put this matter aside. Su Chen flipped through some books about the records of the Great Zhou. For this world, his memory is a little incomplete, so he needs to read some books to know the situation here. In the evening, Su Chen left the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, got on a carriage, and headed towards the place he had agreed to meet with Liu Wumei before, the direction of Xian Lake. Xian Lake. A large lake with many ships parked on it. At night, each ship is brightly lit. Ship number 15. Madame Liu Wumei of Yuchen Garden is sitting in her cabin. There are 2 more people in this room. One is the Madame of Yuchen Garden, and the other is a young woman in black. How is the information of the swordsman invited by Ling Xian? Madame Liu Wumei asked. There is no news about this person, as if he came out of thin air, the madam said in a deep voice. Such a master, no information. Hearing the words of the madam, Liu Wumei frowned slightly. Then don't investigate the other party, it's a waste of extra energy. From Mo Biming's side, he appeared in the Lidang. Lidang has been very close to Qin Hao recently. He should be planning something. I want to know what they are doing, Liu Wumei said. Madam, do you think they are after the 5th grade Lotus platform? Another young lady in black said. Hearing the young lady's words, Liu Wumei's eyes flashed. Little purple girl, you are quick-witted. Mo Biming, the 3rd young master of the Qin family, and the newly appeared Bai Tianyu, these people are not simple, ordinary things, they should not look down on them. If it is a 5th grade Lotus platform, it will indeed make them excited, Liu Wumei said softly. Investigate Mo Biming's previous whereabouts, as well as the Lei family and Qin Hao. As long as you get a treasure like the 5th grade Lotus platform, I can leave this hellhole of Qingcheng, Liu Wumei smiled. At this time, a maid reported outside the cabin. Madam, the owner of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Su Chen, is here. Hearing the maid's voice, the smile on Liu Wumei's face faded. Please come aboard, Master Su. She did not stand up to greet Su Chen. Su Chen's current status was not worthy of her personally welcoming him. Chapter 27 Contact, demonstrate strength. After a while, Su Chen followed a maid into the ship. A faint fragrance flowed through Su Chen's nostrils, making his mind clear. There was a look of surprise in his eyes. Calming incense, a precious incense that can keep people's minds clear. I didn't expect it to be lit like this in the ship, it was a bit extravagant. His eyes couldn't help but look at Liu Wumei, a woman who would make people unforgettable after seeing her once. A woman who combines charm and temptation. You go down first, I want to talk to Master Su alone, Liu Wumei waved her hand. Behind her, the Madame Guiyi and the young woman in black bowed and retreated. Su Chen's strength was much worse than Liu Wumei's, so they were not afraid of Su Chen's attack. If he attacked, Su Chen would only die. After the two left, Su Chen looked very calm as he sat in front of Liu Wumei and said, I wonder what Madame Liu wants to talk to me about. Looking at Su Chen sitting in front of her, Liu Wumei's heart moved slightly. When Su Chen saw her, his eyes did not show any trembling, and his mind was very calm, which was somewhat beyond her expectations. Previously, she thought that Su Chen could become her lover. If she could control him at that time, she would be able to control the Golden Wind and Rain Tower and expand her influence in Qingcheng. But from the current situation, Su Chen's concentration is not ordinary, and it is difficult to make him her lover. Your state of mind is better than I thought. Come and have a cup of tea. Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and poured him a cup of tea. A scent of tea floated out of the cup. The tea is very fragrant, it's really good, but madam, please tell me the purpose of inviting me here directly. I like to be straightforward and don't like to beat around the bush, Su Chen said, but he didn't drink the tea in front of him. Although Su Chen accepted this body, he still had a defensive mentality towards this world. He was extremely careful about everything. Liu Wumei in front of him was a woman who made people impulsive. However, Su Chen restrained this impulse and turned it into calmness, so he behaved very calmly. Hongfen was originally a skeleton. As long as Master Su surrenders to me, I will help you to secure the position of Master of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said. She said her purpose. Previously, she just wanted to cooperate with Su Chen and let him introduce and facilitate contact with Mu Qingsu. But Bai Tianyu, the person behind Ling Xian, appeared. She changed her mind and wanted Su Chen to be loyal to her. Su Chen, who sensed the crisis, should regard her as a life-saving straw. Follow Madam and help me secure the position of Master of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower? Doesn't Madam have other purposes? Su Chen asked. There was no rebuttal, nor was there any agreement. You surrender to me, aren't other things what you should do? Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said with a smile. It seems that Madam has other purposes. You might as well tell me first, and I will refer to it. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumei and said. Mu Qingsu from the Mu family of Zitan Palace is on her way to Qingcheng. When she arrives, please help me contact her and facilitate cooperation between us. Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said. She kept staring at Su Chen, trying to sense the fluctuations in his mentality. But Su Chen's mentality was always calm, so she couldn't see the changes in Su Chen's mind. This state of mind is not what a young person should have, Liu Wumei thought to herself. Her evaluation of Su Chen was a little higher. It's impossible to rely on Madam. I don't need to rely on anyone for the time being. Madam Liu's Changhen Palace is located in Suchen, a water town in the south of the Yangtze River, and the Zitan Palace is a sect of the demonic way outside the Great Wall. It seems that there is no special intersection between you two. If I guess correctly, this time you want to cooperate with Mu Qingsu of Zitan Palace for personal purposes, Su Chen said after listening. Hearing Su Chen's words, Liu Wumei said, Su Chen, you are very smart. You guessed that it was my personal matter. I want to leave Qingcheng and need to get something. The Red Sandalwood Palace outside the Great Wall can help me, of course. If I can get the 5th grade Lotus platform, I can also return to the main altar. When Liu Wumei spoke, her eyes were fixed on Su Chen. The news from the black market was that Su Mengbei knew about the 5th grade Lotus platform. Now that Su Mengbei is dead, Su Chen, as his son, should know some news. She wanted to see Su Chen's reaction to judge whether he knew the whereabouts of the 5th grade Lotus platform. Madam, it turns out that you have also heard the news from the black market, but this 5th grade Lotus platform may have something to do with Qin Hao, Su Chen said. Something to do with Qin Hao. Hearing that it was related to Qin Hao, Liu Wumei frowned slightly. Qin Hao is from the Qin family, a family in Lingnan County. Of course, if the person is just from a family, Liu Wumei would not take it seriously. But the Qin family has a concubine who gave birth to a prince in the palace, so people are afraid. I wonder what this Su Laozu has found out. She looked at Su Chen, trying to see what he saw in his eyes. If it was certain, it would be normal to fight with Qin Hao for the 5th grade Lotus platform. Just don't kill Qin Hao. At this time, Liu Wumei didn't know that she had unconsciously regarded Su Chen as an equal. Just a guess, Su Chen said simply, which made Liu Wumei's face change. She didn't expect Su Chen to reply to him like this. She felt like she was being played. She frowned and looked at Su Chen. Su Chen, I want to help you, but you are playing tricks on me. You have seen the people behind Ling Xian. If you don't join me, I think you will be beheaded like Lei Ao and the others, Liu Wumei said with a gloomy face. I don't know about the others, but I cut off the heads of Lei Ao and the killer. Looking at the gloomy Liu Wumei, Su Chen spoke. Although the voice was calm, it made Liu Wumei stunned. She looked at Su Chen in surprise. This Su Chen actually said that Lei Ao and the killer were beheaded by him. They died under my dusk rain knife. Not only did they die in my hands, but also Song Yuan, one of Ling Xian's confidants, died in my hands. Su Chen continued to say a word, and the aura on his body began to change. A stream of innate energy burst out from his body. There was also a stream of icy energy flowing out of this energy. Innate realm, innate energy of ice attribute. Looking at the changes in Su Chen's energy, Liu Wumei's eyes flashed with a trace of surprise. The innate realm can't survive a single move in her hands. But it is rumored that this Su Chen's strength is in the acquired realm. Now he has shown the energy of the innate realm. And it can be seen from the energy that he has not just entered the realm. The energy is very strong, and it is estimated that it will not take long for him to enter the middle stage of the innate realm. I didn't expect that I was wrong, Su Laozu, you are really hiding it. Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said. Su Chen's strength is approaching the middle stage of the innate realm. It is just a little worse than Ling Xian. But Su Chen is a disciple of Shan sect and he must know some martial arts. It is not certain who will win or lose in a fight with Ling Xian. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 28 Kidnapping Su Chen, Qin Hao's Plan. Aren't you afraid that I will leak your strength? Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said. It doesn't matter. When I came, Qin Hao, the third young master of the Qin family, asked me to meet him. If you spread the news that my strength has reached the Xiantian realm, I think Qin Hao will give me a lot of chips, Su Chen said. On the way here, he received a letter. The content of the letter was very simple, just asking Su Chen to meet Qin Hao in 2 days. He didn't even leave an address. As for why he didn't leave it, this is because the other party was sure that he knew where Qin Hao lived. It seems that I have completely misjudged him. To make a long story short, if Master Su agrees to help me contact Mu King Su, I can send a master of the initial stage of soul refining to temporarily assist Master Su. Liu Wumei gave up controlling Su Chen. He is very calm, knows how to hide, and is very ruthless. Such a person is still good as a friend and partner. If you are an enemy, you must be on guard, and the gain will outweigh the loss. As for taking action against Su Chen, it is completely unnecessary. There is no conflict of interest between them. What's more, letting others take advantage of the opportunity is not Liu Wumei's style. An early stage of soul refining. Okay, I wish us a happy cooperation, Su Chen said. He showed his strength just to cooperate with Liu Wumei. Although the intelligence of Jinfeng Xiaolao and King Cheng is good, Qin Hao's purpose has not been found. If the information of Yechuanyun is added, I believe that the purpose of Qin Hao's coming here will be found soon. At this time, in the Thunder Hall, Qin Hao and the old Zhu came to the Thunder Hall. Lei Mu and others gathered in the Thunder Hall. Not far away, Mo Biming's body was still lying, covered with a white cloth. What can be seen from the knife marks? Qin Hao asked after entering the hall. Third young master, judging from the marks, Bai Tianyu is not the one who killed Lei Ao. The knife marks are different. The knife of the other party and Bai Tianyu is not the same knife. Bai Tianyu looks like a knife master and will never change the knife, Lei Gu said. That means the person who killed Lei Ao was not arranged by Ling Xian. Qin Hao couldn't help asking. It's not certain. It's possible that there are still people who use knives on Ling Xian's side, Lei Gu replied. It is certain that it was not Bai Tianyu who killed Lei Ao, but it cannot be guaranteed that there are no other knife masters on Ling Xian's side. Now we are not considering whether there are still people around Ling Xian, but we need a large amount of Kongming stone. How to solve this problem? Qin Hao said in a deep voice. Third young master, judging from the current situation, Ling Xian will not agree to give us Kongming mine. It is difficult for us to get it, Lei Mu said in a deep voice. Ling Xian is not okay. Why don't you think about taking down Su Chen? He is the owner of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, Qin Hao said. Take down Su Chen? Hearing Qin Hao's words, Lei Mu's eyes lit up and said, Third young master's intention is to let us contact Su Chen and buy the Kongming mine from Su Chen, but now Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower is under the control of Ling Xian. Even if we contact Su Chen, it will be useless, Lei Mu frowned. I'm not asking you to contact Su Chen. If Su Chen is hesitant, won't that delay our business? You can capture Su Chen and force Ling Xian to redeem him with the title deed of the Kongming mine, Qin Hao said. Third young master, it's easy to rob Su Chen, but I'm afraid Ling Xian will kill him with our help, Lei Muan said. When you rob Su Chen, spread the news in King Cheng that the people from the Red Sandalwood Palace are coming soon, and Ling Xian dare not stand by and watch him die, Qin Hao said. Hearing Qin Hao's words, the eyes of the Lei family lit up. Judging from Ling Xian's performance today, he knows a lot of things. The relationship between the Lei Hall and the Golden Wind and Rain Tower is already hostile. Lei Yao, the three of you, bring Su Chen to the secret house outside the city tonight. Tomorrow I will send the information to Ling Xian and spread it in King Cheng. I want to see if you will exchange it for the Kongming mine, Lei Mu ordered. After giving these instructions, Lei Mu came to Qin Hao. Third master, we are no match for the strength of Bai Tianyu beside Ling Xian. If he attacks, It will be useless even if we take down Su Chen to threaten Ling Xian. Don't worry, I will arrange someone to help you stop Bai Tianyu, Qin Hao said. Thank you very much, Third Master. We in the Lei family will only follow your lead. Lei Mu quickly began to express his loyalty. The reason why Lei Mu did not hesitate when Qin Hao suggested to attack Su Chen was to let Qin Hao feel the loyalty of their Lei family. You work for me, I will not treat you unfairly. When the matter of the 5th grade Lotus platform is completed, I will return to the Qin family and give you a bottle of Tongshan pill, Qin Hao said. The name of Tongshan pill is very powerful, but its effect is only to help warriors at the peak of the innate to enter the realm of refining the spirit. However, Lei Mu and Lei Mo have been at the peak of the innate for a long time and have not entered the realm of refining the spirit. So they want to use the pill to enter the realm of refining the spirit. However, Tongshan pill is rarely circulated in the outside world. It is controlled by noble families and sects in the county city, and it is difficult for ordinary small forces to buy it. Now Qin Hao promised to give them 5. Once the other 3 people step into the peak of Xianshan. When the Tongshan pill is used, their leading may have 5 early-stage masters of the refining spirit realm. Of course, it is not certain, because there is a certain failure rate for pill breakthroughs. However, after taking the Tongshan pill, there will be a defect, that is, it is difficult to break through to the refining soul realm. You guys take care of this matter. Now that Mo Beaming is dead or alive, you need to arrange someone to guard it. Lei Mo, you will go there with a batch of Kongming stones, Qin Hao ordered. Follow the orders of the 3rd young master, Lei Mo hurriedly said. Okay, you guys make the arrangements here. I will return to the house outside the city first and notify Elder Zhu if there is anything, Qin Hao said and took Elder Zhu away. He still has to go back to improve his strength. Today, he asked Elder Zhu to capture several Xianshan masters from Qingcheng and merge their blood into the blood pool. Let him see if he can use this to enter the refining spirit realm. Lei Mu and several others respectfully sent Qin Hao away. After Qin Hao left, Lei Muan said, Master, if we kidnap Su Chen, what if the Red Sand Palace attacks us when we arrive? When Qin Hao was here just now, they agreed very readily, but they were not sincere. Let's take it one step at a time. As long as we help young Master Qin take care of the 5th grade Lotus platform, we can get the Tongshan pill. Then we will leave Qingcheng directly and not give the Red Sand Palace a chance to attack us, Lei Mu said. From the meaning of Lei Mu's words, it can be seen that he wants to lead the Lei family to run away after getting the Tongshan pill. Outside the Lei Hall, Qin Hao and that old Zhu got on a carriage. Young Master, aren't you going to contact Su Chen here? Why did you let the people of the Lei family attack Su Chen again? Old Zhu asked. I am putting pressure on Su Chen to let him know that the weak have no choice but to surrender obediently. This way he can be willing to work for me and become my pawn to deal with Mu Qingsu. Qin Hao said in a cold voice. Mu Qingsu's strength is not worse than his. There should be experts around him. If he tames Su Chen, he will not only be able to monitor Mu Qingsu's daily life, but also sneak attack Mu Qingsu at a critical moment to help him capture Mu Qingsu. Chapter 29, Night Visit to Qin's House, Blood Pond. From Qin Hao's words, it can be seen that he wants to completely enslave Su Chen. Elder Zhu beside him has long been accustomed to the young master's behavior. Lei Ao of the Lei family is one of the enslaved people. The young master just gave a few simple hints, and he asked the assassins of Jililao to assassinate Su Mengbei. As for why the assassin stayed in Lei Ao's mansion, that was also when the young master was going to push the assassin and Lei Ao out when the people from Zitan Palace came. In this way, he could get close to Mu Qingsu. But now that the assassin was killed, the young master had fewer chips, so he turned his attention to Su Chen. How is the innate blood prepared? Qin Hao turned around and asked. He was going to enter the realm of refining the spirit within 1 or 2 days. The blood is ready, but killing some innate warriors may have attracted the attention of the people in Qingcheng, Elder Zhu said. Pay attention, this batch of innate blood should be able to help me enter the realm of refining the spirit. You can stop killing for a while later, Qin Hao said nonchalantly. Qingcheng is just a small city. At this time, a small bird flew in from the window of the car and landed on the hand of Elder Zhu. There was a small bamboo tube tied to its feet. After Elder Zhu took the thin bamboo tube, the bird flew away quickly. A small piece of paper was taken out. After Elder Zhu read it, his expression was a little bad. Master, Mu Qingsu should be able to arrive in Qingcheng tomorrow night. which is a little faster than we thought. Also, Su Chen is meeting with Madame Liu of Yuchen Garden. Hearing what Elder Zhu said, Qin Hao said, go back and break through first, and you can follow up on the actions of the Lei family. Also send someone to intercept Mu Kingsu and the others. It's best to let them arrive the day after tomorrow. Yes, Elder Zhu nodded. At this time, Su Chen had already walked out of the building ship. He glanced at the brightly lit building ships and the endless stream of people around. Su Chen did not stop, walked into the carriage that had stopped on the shore before, and told the driver to return to the Su family. Soon, Su Chen returned to the Su mansion and went directly into the secret room. Young master, there's news from Ling Xian that a master named Zhu Lao beside Qin Hao has killed many Xiantian realm masters and seems to be absorbing Xiantian realm blood. Also, Qin Hao encouraged the Lei family to kidnap you and threatened him to hand over the Kuangming mine. Uncle Fu, who followed Su Chen into the secret room, said, collecting Xiantian realm blood. It seems that Qin Hao must have practiced some magic skills, collecting the blood of Xiantian realm warriors at this time. Is he thinking of breaking through? But what does Qin Hao mean? He was just preparing to meet me in 2 days, but now he encouraged the Lei family to kidnap me. Su Chen was a little confused for a while. When is the Lei family going to move me? Su Chen asked. Ling Xian is following up. As long as the other party moves, he will quickly inform the young master, Uncle Fu said. In that case, I won't stay in the Su mansion tonight. Didn't Qin Hao just get the blood of a Xiantian realm warrior? Then I'll go see him and cause him some trouble, Su Chen said. Being passive all the time is not his style. If the other party attacks him, then he can't let the other party be happy. This is also a way. Then the old slave will leave first, Uncle Fu said. He was thinking about how to deal with the Lei family before. In a head-on fight, no one in their mansion could stop the Lei family except a backyard. Now Su Chen is not in the Su mansion, and the Lei family's people will come empty-handed, and nothing will happen. After Uncle Fu left, Su Chen changed into a black suit, put on a cloak, and left the secret room. As for Qin Hao's residence, Su Chen had already known about it before. Wearing a cloak, he shuttled through the night market and headed towards Qin Hao's residence. After a while, he saw Qin Hao's house. The courtyard is not small, but according to the information provided by Ling Xian, there are more than 10 servants in this courtyard. Su Chen did not enter the courtyard immediately, but began to pay attention to the situation outside the house. After checking, he did not find any guards outside. Walking into the dark, a map appeared in his hand. It was a map of the house. Jin Feng Xiaolao has been rooted in Qingchang for so many years, and they have kept the maps of some courtyards in the city. After taking a look at the map, Su Chen climbed over the wall and entered the courtyard. The lights in the courtyard were not very bright, and it seemed a bit lonely. Su Chen concealed his breath and went towards the direction of the hall with lights. At this time, the hall was still lit, and Qin Hao and the others might be in the hall. Let's go and explore first. Quietly came to the outside of the hall. At this moment, 2 figures were talking in the hall. It was Qin Hao and that old Zhu. Young master, the bloodthirsty dragon map has been refined and sent over, and the innate blood in the secret room is also ready. Young master will definitely break through to the refining god realm today. When old Zhu spoke, a brocade box appeared in his hand and handed it to Qin Hao. The voice was not loud, but Su Chen, who was hiding in the dark, concentrated his ears and barely heard it clearly. Bloodthirsty dragon map, innate blood. Qin Hao wants to use this to break through the refining god realm, Su Chen thought to himself, and then continued to listen to their conversation. Has the Kongming ore from the Lei family been transported there? Qin Hao did not go to practice immediately, but asked. There are too many people during the day, so prepare to go at night. The young master's blood demon flower needs about 3 batches of Kongming ore of the same quality to mature, old Zhu said softly. Blood demon flower? Kongming ore is prepared for that thing, not for the 5th grade Lotus platform. Previously, they all thought that Qin Hao and his team were going for the 5th grade Lotus platform, but they didn't expect it to be a blood demon flower. Blood demon flower, I don't remember it. I'll check what this blood demon flower is for later, Su Chen thought in his heart. While Su Chen was thinking, Qin Hao and the old man had already walked into the back hall. Su Chen couldn't get close, so he could only retreat, but getting the news of the blood demon flower was also a pleasant surprise. At this time, a maid not far away was coming towards this side. Su Chen's eyes moved. Since he was practicing, Qin Hao must have been there for a long time, and some maids should know where he practiced. Quickly approached each other. The maid who was walking felt something blocking her eyes, and she felt as if her throat was grabbed. Then her eyes went dark and she fainted. Su Chen grabbed her and went directly to a rockery in the courtyard. A drop of clear water dripped on her face. The maid opened her eyes and wanted to shout, but a big hand pinched her neck directly. Then a cold voice sounded in her ears. "If you shout, I will break your throat. Tell me where the yard is, where the owner of this yard often goes at night. Don't tell me, you don't know, I don't want to waste time. If you don't tell me, others will tell me. You only have one chance," Su Chen continued. The woman was pinched by the neck, and she couldn't breathe. Her face turned pale and her body was shaking with fear. She nodded desperately. Seeing this, Su Chen slowly loosened his palm a little, giving her a chance to speak. "Master, he often goes to the rockery in the backyard at night. There is a secret room over there," the maid hurriedly said. "They are just ordinary people. When they encounter danger, they will only protect themselves first." Chapter 30, Fight, Breakthrough. Su Chen then knocked the maid unconscious and headed towards the rockery. There were no guards here, and it seemed that Qin Hao was quite confident in himself. Su Chen searched around the rockery and finally found the mechanism and opened the secret room. The secret room was filled with blood. Stepping into the secret room, a blood pool appeared in front of him. The sticky blood was flowing in the blood pool. "How many people did you kill?" Su Chen looked at the blood pool, his eyes were startled, and his face showed shock. Although he came here, he also killed people. But it was only a few people, but there were more than a few people in this blood pool. How can I destroy it? I will smash it with one palm. Su Chen looked at the blood pool and thought to himself. He came to cause trouble for Qin Hao, and the blood in the blood pool could not be taken away, so he could only destroy it, discover a small blood pool, which can condense the blood god pill, and reward the method of refining the blood god pill. Successfully refine the blood god pill and reward 3 white lottery cards. At this time, a piece of information entered Su Chen's mind. It is a set of alchemy techniques for refining the blood god pill. But it takes time to refine the blood god pill. According to the situation just now, Qin Hao will come to the secret room in a while. He has no time to refine the blood in the blood pool into the blood god pill. Looking around the secret room, it seems a bit empty and there is no way to hide. Su Chen looked at the stone door. He went out of the stone door and hid in a place. He was ready to wait for Qin Hao to come. Qin Hao's strength is at the peak of the innate. His strength is close to the middle stage of the innate, but the strength of his body is comparable to the late stage of the innate. He thought about fighting Qin Hao head-on. As for danger, Su Chen is not afraid. He is not alone. Bai Tianyu has been following him. As long as he is in extreme danger, Bai Tianyu will take action. Thinking of this, Su Chen was a little excited. Qin Hao is at the peak of the innate, and he is 3 small realms away from him. If he fights, he should be able to improve. The main reason is that the previous few shots were not too difficult. This time he should be able to enjoy it. Su Chen likes this kind of passionate battle very much. After a while, a figure came from not far away. It was Qin Hao, holding a brocade box in his hand, and no one followed him. Now there was no need for Bai Tianyu to show up to hold him back. Qin Hao came to the rockery and opened the passage to the secret room directly. Qin Hao entered the secret room and opened the brocade box in his hand. A bloody aura rushed towards him from the brocade box. It was a bloody scroll with a dragon in it. The aura was emanating from the dragon. This time, with a blood-sucking dragon picture and the blood of the innate realm, I will definitely be able to enter the realm of refining spirits today. Qin Hao smiled. I didn't expect to get such a treasure after coming here. When he smiled, a deep voice suddenly came from behind him and echoed in the secret room. The sudden appearance of the voice made Qin Hao's expression change, and he turned his head to look at the place where the voice came from. At this time, at the door of the secret room, Su Chen, wearing a black cloak, walked in slowly, with light steps and without making a sound. Who are you? Qin Hao calmed his mind and looked at Su Chen and said coldly. You killed someone to practice martial arts, so of course I'm here to take revenge, Su Chen said. Hearing Su Chen's words, Qin Hao's face became ferocious. Do you think I will believe your lies? Take off your mask, and I will know who you are. Boom. Qin Hao didn't hesitate at all and took the lead. He took a step forward and his body turned into blood light and appeared in front of Su Chen. He raised his palm and turned it into a blood knife, slashing it down at a very fast speed. Facing him, Su Chen's face froze. This Qin Hao was stronger than he thought, and his attack was even more ruthless. He quickly retreated to avoid the blood-colored knife light that was slashed by his palm. You retreat? Seeing Su Chen retreat, Qin Hao showed a sneer on his face. His attack was actually meant to test the opponent's strength. Now that the opponent didn't fight him, it meant that the opponent's strength was not as good as his. A burst of energy appeared in the sole of his foot and flew into the air. Then he raised his fist and attacked Su Chen. The fist wind carried a violent blood force. It enveloped Su Chen. Facing Qin Hao's attack, Su Chen did not retreat, but raised his left hand and directly used the Ice Qilin Arm. Suddenly, a cold current appeared in his palm. This cold current appeared and actually suppressed the violent blood force. The fists of the two collided, and a burst of energy burst out in the secret room. Both figures retreated several steps. Such a strong cold air, it seems that you are the one who killed Lei Ao? Today I want to see who you are. While Qin Hao was speaking, the energy in his body surged, and his figure flashed, appearing behind Su Chen like a ghost. With a grab of his palm, the blood-colored light condensed between his 5 fingers, and in a blink of an eye, the entire 5 fingers turned blood red, emitting sharp fluctuations. Grabbing Su Chen's back. At this moment, Su Chen suddenly turned around and punched with his left hand to block the attack. Then his right hand also grabbed and went to Qin Hao's throat. The movement of his hands was extremely fast. Qin Hao was shocked and stepped back in a hurry. But the moment he stepped back, Su Chen kicked the ground, and the rocky ground under his feet instantly shattered. A violent force began to circulate in his body. The Vajra Hunjin was fully activated, and the palms were faintly golden. Then his fist suddenly slammed down. With a punch, the secret room seemed to be shaking. Qin Hao was shocked when he sensed this violent force. The ki in his body suddenly rose, and the blood-colored ki burst out from his fist. Boom! The two forces collided, and their bodies retreated at the same time, hitting the wall before stopping. Although your physical body is a little stronger, you are still far behind me. Qin Hao calmed the blood in his chest and said coldly. Let's fight first. After the fight just now, Su Chen felt that the ki in his body was flowing rapidly. Some of the remnants of the innate elixir he had swallowed before were mobilized. He felt the key of breakthrough. How could they not fight at this time? Seeing this, Qin Hao's eyes turned cold, and he attacked Su Chen. Blood python power. At this time, the blood-colored energy in his body flowed, and a blood python appeared vaguely. The blood python gathered on his fist. Seeing this, Su Chen sensed a sense of danger. Qilin Arm, Su Chen shouted, and a unicorn phantom appeared on his arm. But when the phantom appeared, the innate energy in his body quickly disappeared. Using the unicorn arm, Su Chen consumed the innate energy in his body. Boom! The two of them collided fiercely. They retreated several steps again. The sleeves on their arms were instantly broken, and the meridians under their skin also showed signs of bursting. You are only in the early stage of innate, not the middle stage of innate. At this time, Qin Hao also sensed Su Chen's strength. His eyes were extremely gloomy, and his heart was even more shocked. He didn't expect that the person who had fought with him so many times was only in the early stage of innate. I am not on the early stage of innate, but in the middle stage of innate. Boom! In the attack just now, the innate energy in Su Chen's body was consumed. However, a new innate energy flowed out, and this energy was stronger than before. At this time, Su Chen took advantage of the full strength attack just now and stepped into the middle stage of the innate state. Chapter 31, Fierce Battle, Invincible Divine Sword. Seeing Su Chen's breakthrough, Qin Hao's face turned extremely ugly. This guy has been using himself to create opportunities for breakthroughs. Then he became ferocious. Even if you break through, I can still kill you. He rushed up suddenly, his figure soared into the air, and a blood python phantom appeared on his arm, emitting a bloodthirsty light. Bloodthirsty, blood python hand. At this moment, all the power in Qin Hao's body was activated, and the original skin color of the palm became bloody in an instant, and there were also python scales. He clenched his palm into a fist and punched out, and the ki force burst out. Along with the ki force, the arm with scales tore through the air and violently blasted towards Su Chen. Su Chen, who was feeling the ki force in his body, changed his face. Then he stepped on the ground, and the innate ki in his body quickly poured into the ice unicorn arm, and the arm also bulged a layer of scales. And there was a hint of light golden light on the scales. The Vajra Hunjin force tempered the outer skin, And this unicorn arm was also being tempered. He also clenched his palm, and a terrifying power wave emerged around his fist, making the air feel oppressed. Qilin Arm, Vajra Fist, Su Chen shouted, and then punched out. The moment the fist punched out, not only did the cold air surge, but it also brought a domineering power. Boom! The two attacks collided violently, and a wave of air came out from his fist. It collided with the surrounding air and made a harsh sound. After the blow, Qin Hao did not retreat but stepped forward. His black eyes were full of ferocity, and the blood in his body began to fluctuate violently. The whole person seemed like a burning flame. He punched out again. The speed and power were much stronger than before, and what was more concerned was that the true ki fluctuations burst out, pressing towards Su Chen like a tide. Innate peak Qin Hao was still in the innate peak realm after all, and his own innate ki was very strong. Qi Jin suppressed. The bloody fist fell down with a bang. Su Chen felt the pressure, and the Vajra Jin in his body quickly operated. Dark gold appeared everywhere on his body. He punched out with a violent fist force that broke the suppression of the ki force and blasted towards the bloody fist. Bang! The two forces collided with each other. Su Chen was shocked and retreated, but Qin Hao did not retreat a few steps. Your physical body is stronger, but even if you break through the ki force, it is only the middle stage of the innate. Qin Hao's face became more and more ferocious. He raised his palm and continued to punch. The terrible fist wind pressed the air, making a piercing and violent sound. Su Chen wanted to use the rain knife at this moment. He had the sword technique, and one knife would definitely kill the opponent. When he was about to use it, he found that when he was hit by Qin Hao's ki force, the Vajra force in his body unconsciously circulated quickly, vaguely breaking through to the 5th level. If he persisted for a while, he would definitely be able to break through. Su Chen was secretly happy and gave up the idea of using the sword technique. He kept resisting with his physical body. The opponent's ki entered his body, and his flesh and blood began to tremble, but under the operation of the Vajra Jin, he began to constantly temper his flesh and blood. The flesh and blood were gradually changing, and a trace of dark golden light appeared, and the ki of the flesh was still growing. At this time, Qin Hao felt that something was wrong. He had not been able to defeat the opponent for such a long time, and his face became even uglier. Although he was suppressing the opponent, it was a shame that he did not kill the opponent. Boom! In this moment of distraction, Su Chen knocked Qin Hao back with a punch. And he kicked the ground with his feet, and with the help of the power of the ground, his figure soared into the air. All the fist power in his body was transferred to his arms. At the same time, both fists were like anti-aircraft guns, bombarding the opponent. Bang! 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 The strong fist power collided with the air, making a violent sound, and quickly fell towards the opponent. Qin Hao resisted. But after blocking a punch, Su Chen's fist behind him was like a thunderstorm, bombarding continuously. He blocked his arm and suddenly felt numb. He quickly circulated his ki to restore his arm, but the dense punches continued to fall like a spear. His figure was shaken by Su Chen and kept retreating. The attacking Su Chen had been paying attention to the flow of ki in Qin Hao's body. He suddenly deepened the force of one punch. Qin Hao's flowing ki suddenly stagnated. At this moment, Su Chen's fist suddenly accelerated, with a dark golden light, violently attacking the node. And he roared. The roar was earth-shaking and deafening, and the whole secret room was shaking. Qin Hao's eardrums were shaken, and his head was also shaken by the roar, and his eyes went black. Crack! Ah! Qin Hao tried to block Su Chen's arm, but was interrupted by this blow and let out a miserable cry. At this moment, in the courtyard, Zhu Lao, who had just finished dealing with things and was about to go to the secret room to protect Qin Hao, heard this voice. His face suddenly changed, and his figure came towards the secret room like a ghost. But when he was about to reach the rockery, suddenly, a black figure appeared in front of him. After the black figure appeared, when he saw Elder Zhu, he drew his sword and slashed with it. The blade flashed with light, tearing through the darkness like a blood-red lightning, and appeared in front of him. Elder Zhu's face changed drastically. The opponent's sword was too fast, and the sword gave him the feeling that nothing could stop it. His eyes only saw this light, and nothing else. Swish! When he opened his eyes again, the opponent had already retracted his long sword and looked at him. Seeing this, Elder Zhu wanted to attack, but as soon as he moved his hand, his eyes turned black, and his body was directly split into two halves. After a while, blood was still flowing out of his half-body. He was cut into two halves by Bai Tianyu's sword, just like Mo beaming. The divine sword is invincible to Bai Tianyu. The name of the divine sword is indeed extraordinary. It was solved with one sword, without giving the opponent a chance to react. Elder Zhu had previously vowed that Bai Tianyu's sword could not break his defense. But when he really faced it, it was still just a matter of one knife. He died with his eyes closed. Looking at the body of this old Zhu, Bai Tianyu's eyes condensed. He had killed Mo beaming before, and the traces of his knife skills should have been studied by others. Now if he kills this old Zhu, someone will definitely be able to find out from the traces that it was his hand. With a condensed look, he raised his hand and grabbed the two halves of the body in his hand, ready to take them out to destroy the bodies. In the secret room, Qin Hao's body was smashed against the stone wall, and he spit out a mouthful of blood. The original strong energy around him was shattered at this moment. The whole person looked extremely embarrassed. "Who are you?" "I am Qin Hao of the Qin family. If you kill me, you will definitely die," he roared and cursed in his heart. "Why hasn't old Zhu arrived yet?" Su Chen looked at Qin Hao's face with murderous intent. Since he had already taken action, if he could kill this Qin Hao, he couldn't let him live. His figure flashed and punched the other party's head. He wanted to smash Qin Hao's head. Chapter 32 Blood God Pill, Open Intimidation. "This is going to kill me, damn it." The moment the violent fist came over, Qin Hao's pupils suddenly shrank, and an extremely dangerous feeling surged in his heart. He immediately mobilized a little strength in his body, moved his body to the side, and rolled to avoid the punch. But the next punch still came. This punch blocked all his escape routes. The strong energy made his face even more ferocious. He didn't care about the pain of the broken arm, raised his bent wrist, and a burst of energy surged on the arm. He punched towards Su Chen and hit him. Bang! The broken arm was directly blown up by this punch. But Qin Hao also took the opportunity to retreat a few steps. Burning blood method, escape. At this moment, the blood in his body began to burn and disappear rapidly, and his whole body turned into blood shadow and fled outside. The speed was so fast that when Su Chen found out, the other party had already turned into blood shadow and escaped from the secret room. At this moment, many torches were coming towards this side outside. The previous movement attracted the attention of Qin Hao's mansion. Bai Tianyu, who was holding a long knife and grabbing the two halves of the corpse, didn't pay attention for a while. Let the blood shadow escape directly into the crowd that was rushing over. Ah! Suddenly there was a scream. The guards were hit by the blood shadow, and their blood was instantly sucked dry, while Qin Hao, who had been replenished with blood, did not stop at all and continued to flee. Some other people saw this scene and fled quickly. They didn't dare to stop at all. Bai Tianyu wanted to make a move, but Su Chen came out and said, "I smashed his arm, and it's a bit difficult to recover. We are not easy to be exposed now. There is no need to chase him. You help me guard some, I have something to do." Now that things have broken out, he still needs to refine the blood god pill and get a reward. Qin Hao was beaten like this time. The next time they meet, his strength will definitely increase, and it will be easy to kill him. Return to the secret room. Su Chen's palm appeared. According to the method of operation obtained earlier, the flow of qi continued to accelerate, and the blood in the blood pool quickly merged, gradually solidified and finally turned into dozens of pills emitting rich blood. The size is like a longan. Put these pills directly into the space ring. The host has completed the refining of the blood god pill, and is rewarded with 3 white lottery cards. 3 white lottery cards are in hand. Su Chen's face was delighted, and then he put away the blood-sucking dragon picture left by Qin Hao on the ground, ready to take it back to study it when he has time. Then he didn't stay, and came out of the secret room, and saw Bai Tianyu holding a corpse in his hand. Previously, he was busy coming back to refine the blood god pill, and didn't pay much attention to the corpse in Bai Tianyu's hand. He was split in half by my knife, and there are traces of my knife on the corpse. I took action once today. The other party will know that it was my action when they check the corpse. Su Chen heard this, grabbed the corpse of Mr. Zhu and put it directly into the space ring. "Let's go back first," Su Chen said. Then the two of them flashed and left quickly. The whole courtyard became quiet. Su Chen and his friends did not go to the Su mansion, but to another courtyard, which was a small courtyard that he asked Ling Xian to buy secretly. Back to the courtyard. Su Chen was still a little excited. Today's battle was very refreshing. From being passive to seizing the opportunity to suppress the opponent. After this battle, he fought happily and his strength was improved. Although we can fight at the peak of the innate realm, it was more because Qin Hao was careless. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for me to defeat him. Su Chen calmed down and analyzed. First, consolidate the practice. By the way, practice the Vajra demon splitting technique. If he doesn't use the martial arts he learned before in today's battle, he can't use much. What's more, he has the blood god pill, which can increase his blood and ki, so he can practice the Vajra demon splitting technique. When things are over, I still need to find some secret books of the innate techniques. Then he sat cross-legged on the bed and began to practice. Another place. Su's house. Lei Muan, one of the 4 guardians of the Thunder Hall, came to the Su's house in person and wanted to take Su Chen away. They knew that Su Chen had a habit recently. As soon as he returned to the Su's house, he went directly to the secret room. After bombarding the stone door of the secret room, he took a lot of effort to open the stone door of the secret room, but found that there was no one in the secret room. This made him very angry. But there was no way, so he immediately checked and found that the people should have left long ago. What a smart person, using the secret room as an illusion, Lei Muan said in a deep voice, and then left quickly with people. When they returned to the Lei family. In the hall of the Lei family. The atmosphere was very heavy. There were several corpses on the ground, and there was no blood on the corpses. The blood of these people was all absorbed by Qin Hao, who was sitting on the chair with a pale face. After he escaped from the house, he came directly to the Lei family. I must find out who attacked me. Although his face was pale, Qin Hao's face was extremely ferocious. His broken left arm could move slightly, but his right arm was directly blown up by Su Chen, and there was no possibility of recovery. The person who attacked this time ruined most of his martial arts career. Although there are many one-armed masters in the world, there are only a few. It can be seen that the difficulty of one-arm training. When Lei Muan stepped into the hall. Has Su Chen been brought back? Looking at Lei Muan, Qin Hao asked. Su Chen is a bit cunning. He is not in the secret room at all. We came up empty-handed. He entered the secret room to cover up his tracks, Lei Muan said angrily. Since you are directly threatening Ling Xian, if he disagrees, your leading will attack Jin Feng's Ziyu Tower, Qin Hao said in a low voice. Now his arm is disabled. The blood demon flower must be matured as soon as possible. Now things are going in a direction that he cannot control. He doesn't need to care too much. He will swallow the blood demon flower first to improve his qualifications and restore some strength. Then he will find a way to capture Mu Qingsu. Hearing Qin Hao's words, Lei Mu of the leading was shocked. But seeing Qin Hao's current appearance, he knew that if he dared to disobey, the other party might kill him. Third young master, I don't know about old Zhu. Although he already had some guesses in his mind. He still wanted to verify it. They were no match for Bai Tianyu's strength. Li Dang pressured Ling Xian. If he couldn't handle it, the other party would kill him. If they come to their Li Dang, it will be bad if there are no experts to resist them. Li Dang and their Lei family will be destroyed. It should have happened, Qin Hao said in a deep voice. When he was escaping with blood escape, he sensed that Bai Tianyu was holding a person in his hand. The person was bleeding, which showed that he had been killed. This, hearing Qin Hao's words, Lei Mu's last bit of luck disappeared. This is the token of my Qin family. I want to see if Bai Tianyu dares to attack you. Qin Hao saw Lei Mu's concerns and took out a token with the word Qin engraved on it and handed it to Lei Mu. Seeing this token, Lei Mu smiled. What does this token represent? It represents the Qin family. Then their work is to help the Qin family, and blocking is to be an enemy of the Qin family. I have sent a pigeon to the family, and there will be experts from the family. He had his arm crippled and most of his practice destroyed. This revenge must be avenged. So before he came, he notified the Qin family of Lingnan County. Chapter 33, Poison Avoiding Pill, Water Avoiding Pill, Blood Penetrating Nail. With Qin Hao's words and the token representing the Qin family, Lei Mu's heart temporarily settled down. When you are in the rivers and lakes, you can't help yourself. Now that they are on Qin Hao's boat, they naturally can't get off the boat easily. Once they think about getting off the boat, Qin Hao will take the lead to deal with them, and no one else will take action. Third young master, I will go to Jin Feng's Ziyu Tower in person tomorrow morning to talk to Ling Xian. At this time, Lei Mu expressed his position again. Okay. Arrange a secret room for me, I want to recover from my injuries." Although Qin Hao swallowed some blood, it was only a little more stable. "Third young master, please follow me," Lei Mo, who was standing aside, said, and stepped forward to help Qin Hao to the backyard. After Qin Hao left, Lei Mu's expression was solemn. "Master, who do you think severely injured third young master Qin, and do you know the strength of that old Zhu?" Lei Gu said in a deep voice. "Then old Zhu's strength is not inferior to Mo Beiming. The other party can kill him. We are not his opponent. It is better for us not to get involved. Also, we have to make some backup plans." "I don't know why I always have a bad feeling in my heart," Lei Mu said in a deep voice. Qin Hao lost an arm and was seriously injured. It can be seen that the person who attacked Qin Hao is not ordinary. Their Lei Hall can't stop it at all. "Hall master, I'm going to the mansion of the third young master to check it out," Lei Gu said. "Lei Yao, Mu Yan, you go with Lei Gu to avoid any danger," Lei Mu said. Yes, the three of them left the Lei family quickly. After a while, the three of them appeared in Qin Hao's mansion. At this time, Qin Hao's mansion was unusually quiet. Qin Hao only came to King Cheng to stay temporarily. The guards here are temporary. He only has old Zhu as his confidant. So in this situation, whoever doesn't run is stupid. After Lei Gu, Lei Yao and Lei Muyan entered the courtyard, they came directly to the rockery secret room. In the corridor outside the secret room, there were dry bloodstains on the ground. Judging from the bloodstains, the person who was killed must have shed a lot of blood. It is impossible to tell the specific injuries from the bloodstains alone. The three of them came to the secret room. The ground in the secret room was bumpy, and many stones were crushed by footsteps, and nothing could be seen. The stone walls of the secret room were also hit with traces. It can be seen how violent the traces of the battle were at that time. From the traces at the scene, the opponent's physical strength is strong, and Qin Shao said that the opponent knows ice-attributed exercises. It is possible that he is in the same group as the person who killed Lei Yao. Lei Gu looked at the situation around him, and combined with some of the introductions Qin Hao gave at Lei's house before. Lei Gu judged this result. Judging from some traces, the person who killed Lei Yao had an unusual knife method and a sharp knife aura. According to reason, such a person must not be too strong in physical cultivation. But if he knows cold-attributed exercises, it is possible that he came from the same place. I found out that Ling Xian's subordinate Zheng Yuan was killed by a person who practiced cold-attributed skills, and his heart was frozen to death. In other words, as we thought before, the person who killed Lei Yao was not Ling Xian's. Who could it be? Lei Muyan beside him said. It should be related to Su Mengbei, or to Jin Feng's Iyu Tower. We may not know, but Ling Xian should know something. We can cooperate with him in this matter, Lei Gu said. As he spoke, he vaguely felt an undercurrent behind him. It was still Jin Feng's Iyu Tower. The three of them also investigated it later, and did not find anything else valuable, so they left. The next day, in Jin Feng's Iyu Tower, Ling Xian looked at the clues in his hand and guessed that the master should have taken action last night. But he didn't know why the master let Qin Hao go. Maybe it was for the purpose of Qin Hao's coming here. The location has been found. Those who sneaked in should be able to know what is inside soon. There was a map on Ling Xian's desk. There was a place marked on the map by him. 15 miles outside Qingcheng, there is a canyon in Qingke Mountain. This way. Su Chen got down from the bed. After a night of practice, his Vajra mixed origin power has been consolidated to the 5th level. The first level of Vajra splitting demon body has not been completed yet, and it is estimated that he will be able to enter the first level within 2 days. This is because he has the foundation of Vajra mixed origin power, so he can be so fast. The combat power of Vajra splitting demon body is extraordinary, and the power it bursts out is stronger than Vajra mixed origin power. However, the two can complement each other and increase combat power. The practice of Xianchen Qijin is still a bit slow, and the Shanguang of Shan sects still needs to be accelerated, Su Chen thought to himself. He has now entered the middle stage of Xianchen, and the Xianchen Qijin in his body has increased several times compared to before. It may be faster to practice Shanguang. Then he checked the 3 white lottery cards he got last night. The white lottery cards previously drew good things, so he directly drew the 3 white lottery cards. Congratulations on getting 3 poison-proof pills, 3 waterproof pills, and hidden weapon, blood-penetrating nails, 30 pieces. Su Chen took a quick look at the poison-proof pills, waterproof pills, and blood-penetrating nails. The poison-proof pills can block some poisonous gases, poisonous fog, and the like. After taking a waterproof pill, one can hide underwater for 30 minutes. If one breathes normally and cooperates with one's own internal energy, the hiding time will be longer. It is a good pill. The blood-penetrating nails are more vicious. Once used, they can penetrate the general innate energy and enter the opponent's body. Once they enter the body, they can quickly enter the flesh and blood, devour the blood, and then explode directly, which is very scary. Of course, those with strong physical bodies can keep the blood-penetrating nails out. Not bad stuff. It can also be regarded as my trump card. Chen put the things into the space ring. Then he saw the blood-sucking dragon picture obtained from Qin Hao last night and took it out of the space ring. When he unfolded the blood-sucking dragon picture, a bloody aura spread. Such a strong blood energy. Chen stared at the blood-sucking dragon picture, and suddenly his eyes changed. A blood-colored dragon appeared in front of him, with countless light spots on the dragon's body. When these light spots appeared, Chen's innate energy seemed to be aroused, and began to rotate with the dragon's movements. And a bloodthirsty impulse appeared in his mind. At this time, a coolness appeared on his arm, which suppressed Chen's bloodthirsty impulse. It's amazing, it seems that this dragon picture should be running in conjunction with Qin Hao's skills, Chen said secretly. Then he put away the dragon picture and calmed down the restless energy in his body. He walked down from the bed. Walk out of the room. In the courtyard, Bai Tianyu was in the courtyard. This is not the Su mansion. Bai Tianyu can show up without being in the dark. Meet the master. Bai Tianyu bowed to Chen. Go eat something first, and then go back to the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. After a night of investigation, I believe Ling Xian should have obtained some clues. What's more, he had to go back to Jin Feng's Iyu Tower to investigate the Blood Demon Flower. Last night he heard that it was the Blood Demon Flower and not the 5th grade Lotus platform, so he had to find out what the Blood Demon Flower was. Chapter 34, Clear, Events Intensify. On the street, Chen went towards the direction of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. The busy streets seemed very prosperous. The weather was good, and the sun was shining brightly. When Chen arrived at the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, Lei Mu of the Lei family came here with Lei Gu and Lei Mu Ian, 2 of the 3 guardians. As for Lei Mo of the Lei family, he stated the Lei family to guard Qin Hao. He also mobilized some good players of the Lei Hall to protect Qin Hao strictly to prevent any accidents. Qin Hao is the 3rd son of the Qin family. He can't get into trouble in their Lei family. If something happens, their Lei family will be in trouble. In addition, Lei Yao escorted Kong Mingxi to the place of the 5th grade Lotus platform. Chen glanced at the other party, frowned slightly, turned around and stepped into the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. Lei Mu and the others are here. Chen couldn't guess what the other party meant for a while. Going straight upstairs, the people of the Lei family should not come to find him, but to find Ling Xian. As soon as the Lei family entered the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, an attendant came over immediately and saluted. Master Lei, Deputy Master Ling has something to do for the time being and will be here soon. Please follow me. Lei Mu nodded. Although they came to threaten Ling Xian, they had not yet talked, and they should be courteous when it is time to be courteous. Moreover, Bai Tianyu behind Ling Xian completely suppressed them. If they moved, they would be the ones to die. As for Ling Xian at this time, he came to Chen's room. Master, I have found the location. It is in Kinky Mountain. Ling Xian took out a marked map and placed it in front of Chen. Chen put the map aside. He asked in a deep voice, I wonder if Deputy Master Ling has any impression of the Blood Demon Flower. Blood Demon Flower. Hearing Chen's words, Ling Xian frowned and began to ponder. I have an impression, but I don't remember much. I need to investigate, Ling Xian said. Tell me the news about the Blood Demon Flower after you have investigated it. Chen nodded. Yes, I understand. I will deal with Lei Mu and his men first, and then investigate the Blood Demon Flower. Master, do you need to listen in from the dark? You can hear the conversation in the room next to that room, Ling Xian said. Is that so? Then I'll go and listen to why Lei Mu came here in person. Chen nodded. Then he followed Ling Xian to the room next to the reception room for Lei Mu and his men, and he went to meet Lei Mu and his men. In the room, Lei Mu and his men sat there, not seeming to be in a hurry. Master Lei, I'm sorry for the delay. I don't know what Master Lei wants to talk to me about. Ling Xian walked in and bowed. Brother Ling, let's be frank, I think you must have heard about Master Qin Hao's matter. We are here today on behalf of Master Qin Hao, or about the Guangming mine. You name a price, and I, Lei Tang, will pay you, Lei Mu said. He made his intention clear. While speaking, he also took out the Qin family token Qin Hao had given him and placed it on the table. HMPH. Master Lei Ao from your Lei Hall, please ask the people from Jile Tower to kill the master of our Jinfeng Ziyu Tower. Shouldn't your Lei Hall give our Jinfeng Ziyu Tower an explanation for this matter? Ling Xian did not talk about the cooperation, but talked about Lei Ao. Brother Ling, Lei Ao has been killed, and the person who killed him also killed your confidant Song Yuan. Now we can say that we have a common enemy and we should join forces. What's more, we really don't know what Lei Ao did. If we knew, we would definitely stop him, Lei Mu said. At this point, he was actually cursing in his heart. Lei Ao made the decision on his own and asked someone to kill Su Mengbei, which put their Lei family in a passive situation and could only rely on Qin Hao. Killing my men, I know about it, I can handle it, I don't think we need to cooperate on this point, and there's the Guangming mine, which is very important to my Jinfeng Ziyu Tower, or to me. It is the basis for our relationship with the Red Sand Palace. Do you think I will give it up? Ling Xian said in a deep voice. Ling Xian, are you unwilling to hand over the Guangming mine? Do you know that if you do this, you will not only offend my Li Dang, but also young Master Qin Hao? With your strength that is not even in the late Xianqian period, there are many people in Qingcheng who can kill you. You don't want to be assassinated like Su Laozi. Lei Gu, who was beside Lei Mu, spoke with a gloomy tone, directly threatening Ling Xian. It seems that you don't want to leave Jinfeng Ziyu Tower. Ling Xian looked at Lei Gu and said coldly. Bai Tianyu is now in Jinfeng Ziyu Tower. If the other party takes action, then just let them stay here. Brother Ling, Lei Gu was wrong, don't mind it. In fact, we will only use this Guangming mine for a period of time, and we can return it to you later, Lei Mu interrupted. They only need the 5th grade Lotus platform to mature, and the Guangming mine is rarely used at other times. Lei Mu, do you think I will believe this? Ling Xian said coldly. Who would believe what he said if he spit it out again after getting it? Even if he knew something and believed Lei Mu's words, he couldn't show it. Brother Ling, to be honest, this Guangming mine is used by young Master Qin to cultivate something, and that thing is about to mature. It's just that the Guangming stone purchased by our Lei family is almost used up, so we want the mine of your Jinfeng Ziyu Tower, Lei Mu said. In the dark. Su Chen, who was eavesdropping on the conversation here, his eyes lit up. He now understood why the other party wanted the Guangming mine. It turned out that he was going to cultivate the blood demon flower. This blood demon flower must not be an ordinary product, Su Chen said in his heart. The Lei family has recently acquired a lot of Guangming mines, but they didn't let the blood demon flower mature. It's not an ordinary precious medicine. At this time, in the Juxin Hall, which is also one of the 5 major forces in Qingcheng, the head of the Juxin Hall, Zeman Muai, was standing respectfully in front of a young man in a brown gown. The young man exuded a cold aura and looked at Zeman Muai and said, "How is the purpose of Qin Hao coming here, young Master Yang? I have very little information here, but Ling Xian of the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower should know a lot." "I want to start with the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower," Zeman Muai said. This young man is from their Juxin Hall, the power behind the county government, and one of the 8 great families, the Yang family. There are masters beside Ling Xian. It seems that he should have the support of others and should be competing with Qin Hao for things. We just need to be in the dark. When the time comes, we can benefit from it, the young man in the brown shirt said. At this time, someone knocked on the door. Zeman Muai opened the door and it was Zeman Muai's disciple Qinzian. He whispered a few words in Zeman Muai's ear. Zeman Muai's face changed, and he waved his hand to let him leave. He turned around and walked to the young man in brown shirt and said, "Young Master Yang, I just got the news that Qin Hao's arm was broken last night, and he fled to the Lei family with serious injuries, and Lei family's Lei Mu went to Jinfeng Ziyu Tower early this morning." Hearing Zeman Muai's words, the young man in brown shirt showed surprise on his face. But then he showed joy. What they want is definitely not simple, we must find out. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 35, Lingnan Pacification Division Yanshu. At this time, outside King Chen, in a remote manner. In the hall, two people sat opposite each other. One was a young man in a blue shirt, and the other was an old man in a brocade robe. The old man showed a trace of official power, while the young man was fierce and fierce. If the people of King Chang saw the old man, they would definitely recognize who he was. It was Chang Yang, the Lord of King Chen. General Yan, I came here this time mainly to ask you, did you do the Qin Hao of the Qin family? Chang Yang said in a deep voice. Qin Hao was the bait I threw out. How could I touch him? If it weren't for him, how could the blood demon flower mature, and how could it help me lure out Zhi Hanyu of the Hanyu sect? The young man in blue shirt denied it directly. Who would have done it to him? But he broke his arm directly, and the injury was obviously fatal. Chang Yang, the Lord of King Chen, frowned slightly. I am also investigating this matter secretly, but it may be related to the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. I haven't found out Bai Tianyu's identity at all. It's very mysterious, the blue-shirted young man said. Could Bai Tianyu be a member of the Hanyu sect? Said the palace master Cheng Yang. There is no such knife master in the Hanyu sect. It shouldn't be. It should be a helper that Ling Xian secretly found. The Jianghu is so big that there are always some secret masters. The blue-shirted young man shook his head and said. General Banner Yan, people from the Yang family in the county city are also coming, and Mu Kingsa from the Red Sand Palace is also coming. In addition to the Changhan Palace and the Hanyu sect, my King Chang may be in chaos. Palace Master Chen Yang looked at the blue-shirted young man and said. Although the other party looks very young, in fact, the current situation in King Chang was completely planned by him. The young man is Yan Shu, the fourth son of Yan Yu, the commander-in-chief of Lingnan County in the Northern Pacification Division of the Great Zhou Dynasty, and is also a general banner. The Great Zhou Dynasty has 4 major pacification divisions in the southeast, northwest, and Lingnan County is under the jurisdiction of the Northern Pacification Division. His purpose of coming here is to capture Zhi Hanyu, the saint of the Hanyu sect. This trap was set up to lure out Zhi Hanyu. As long as we can catch Zhi Hanyu, what does it matter if it's a little chaotic? Don't you want to cooperate with me, Lord Chang? How could General Yan do that? As the Lord of King Chen, I assist you, the Northern Pacification Division, to capture the remnants of the previous dynasty. That's my job, Cheng Yang said hurriedly. That's good. I thought you were going to back off, Lord Chang. The young man in blue looked at Cheng Yang and said. How is that possible? I will definitely help young Master Yan complete the task. It's just that I don't understand. What Qin Hao said to the public was a 5th grade lotus platform, but that treasure is a blood demon flower, not a 5th grade lotus platform. It won't be exposed, Cheng Yang said hurriedly. Don't worry, the blood demon flower and the 5th grade lotus pedestal are somewhat similar in appearance, but the nutrients are different. In addition to the specific growth environment, the 5th grade lotus pedestal also needs to be covered by the Buddhist light. The blood demon flower only needs a large number of corpses and empty stones. If it is not mature, those who have not seen the 5th grade lotus pedestal will not be able to distinguish it clearly, the blue-shirted young man said. Now that Qin Hao is in trouble, many things should be investigated, and the 5th grade lotus pedestal he promoted will also be spread. Once it is spread, those people will move. Please keep an eye on it for me. As long as there is news about Zhi Hanyu, notify me immediately, the blue-shirted young man said. I have arranged some personnel, but Master Yan, since there are experts in the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, their intelligence network is more sensitive than the spies in my mansion. Do you want to cooperate with Ling Xian? Although Ling Xian secretly found helpers, he must have paid a high price. If Master Yan can help him, he may be able to share some of the profits of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. His intelligence network may also be able to help you, Master Yan, Cheng Yang said. Some things cannot be touched. The Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower belongs to the big man in the Red Sandalwood Palace. If we touch it, you and I will have no chance of survival, but you can pay Ling Xian to help, the blue-shirted young man said. From the blue-shirted young man's words, it can be seen that Yan Shu can clearly distinguish the interests. Hearing the blue-shirted young man's words, Cheng Yang nodded. Then I will return to the city first to meet Ling Xian. After saying that, he stood up and bowed to the blue-shirted young man and left. Outside the courtyard, an ordinary carriage was parked here. Cheng Yang got on the carriage and told the driver to return to the city. There was also a scholar dressed as a master in the carriage. "Master, what does General Yan think of the property of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower?" the scholar dressed as a master said. "Very cautious. Not tempted at all. Let's go back first," Cheng Yang said. He didn't come here for Qin Hao this time. Qin Hao was just an excuse. He mainly wanted to use Yan Shu to take down Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, but Yan Shu was too cautious and didn't want to touch Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower at all. "How is the news about Zihanayu going?" Cheng Yang asked. No clues were found. According to the information provided by Yan Shu, Zihanayu has been here for 2 years. This is not an ordinary thing. Zihanayu is the saint of Hanayu sect. It is impossible for her to come here to live. She should be here for something. This is also the reason why I suggested you, the master of the mansion, take down Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. As long as we take down Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower, we may be able to find out the purpose of Zihanayu's coming here, the scholar said. Let's put this matter on hold for now. Yanshu is right. We can't afford to offend the one in the Red Sand Palace. Cheng Yang waved his hand. After they left, the young man in the blue shirt in the hall walked out of the hall with his hands behind his back. Next to him was an old man in a brown robe. The old man was a little thin, but his exposed palms were a circle larger than those of a normal person. They were faintly dark in color. From this, we can know that the old man's skills are not ordinary. Old Yan, why do you think Cheng Yang is suddenly interested in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower? The young man in the blue shirt with his hands behind his back looked at the courtyard and said. The Golden Wind and Rain Tower is secretly wealthy. Cheng Yang is greedy. So it's normal for him to want to obtain the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, the old man next to him said. The old man looked down on Cheng Yang, the lord of King Chang Mansion. It would be great if he had this idea. I'm afraid he has other ideas, the young man in the blue shirt said in a deep voice. Let our people enter the city now. I want to know everything that happens in the city as soon as possible, then the young man ordered. Yes, the old man obeys, turned and left. Zihanayu, wait until I catch you, maybe I can know the purpose of your coming here, I just don't know if it's the same as I guessed, the blue-shirted young man murmured. In addition, Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Ling Xian did not give up the Kongming mine in the end, but he was also prepared to secretly sell some Kongming mine to Lao and others. Su Chen knew what he wanted. He didn't stay here. After Ling Xian dealt with Lao's affairs, he quickly found the information about the Blood Demon Flower and handed it to Su Chen. It turns out that the Blood Demon Flower is similar to the 5th grade Lotus platform in appearance. No wonder it was the 5th grade Lotus platform that was previously reported. Su Chen put down the information in his hand. He can now be sure that the 5th grade Lotus platform that was previously reported is the Blood Demon Flower. This Blood Demon Flower can also improve qualifications. I know that such a treasure medicine must not be missed. I should go and check it out to see how the progress is, Su Chen thought to himself. Chapter 36, Outsiders Attacked. Blood Demon Flower can improve aptitude. Since it appears, Su Chen must take it as his duty. But the growth environment of this Blood Demon Flower is not ordinary. It needs countless corpses, but there shouldn't be corpses in Qin Kui Mountain. How can there be Blood Demon Flower? Suddenly, a light flashed in Su Chen's mind. Qin Kui Mountain is not a place for war preparation. No one has died there. It is completely inconsistent with the growth environment of Blood Demon Flower. Could it be that Qin Hao made a mistake? Su Chen couldn't help thinking in his heart. But Lei Tang did get a lot of Kongming, or it can't be wrong. Su Chen frowned. He had never seen Blood Demon Flower in the 5th grade Lotus platform, so even if he saw the thing, he couldn't tell them apart. Maybe I can sell this news, there must be someone who knows what it is, Su Chen thought in his heart. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but think of Madame Liu of Changhan Palace in Shangguan Ziyan, or Zihanayu, in the Su Mansion. After thinking for a moment, Su Chen decided to meet Liu Wumei. Standing up, Su Chen left the Jinfeng Xiaoyu building and headed towards Yuchen Garden. Entering Yuchen Garden, Su Chen met Aunt Gui. I'm here to see Madame Liu. I have something to discuss, Su Chen said. Please come in, Master Su. Madam said that you can go see her anytime you come. Aunt Gui took Su Chen to the backyard of Yuchen Garden. In the exquisite room, Madame Liu, dressed in white and charming, said after seeing Su Chen, Master Su, we have only been apart for one night, and you come to me. There was some teasing in her tone. Madame Liu, I came here this time to sell you a piece of news. This news is what I just got. It's about the 5th grade lotus platform. Su Chen looked at Madame Liu and said. The rose is beautiful, but it is a poisonous rose. We still have to keep our distance. 5th grade lotus platform. Hearing Su Chen's words, Madame Liu's face became serious and waved her hand to let Aunt Gui and others leave. You know the news about the 5th grade lotus platform? Yes, I can sell this news to you, Madame Liu, for 10,000 taels of silver, Su Chen said. You are going to get back the money you spent on me, but I need this news now. I can give it to you, but if the news is not true, then don't even think about taking this money out of the house. Madame Liu looked at Su Chen and said. As she spoke, 10 silver notes of 1,000 taels appeared in her hand and were placed on the table. She placed her jade hand on the silver notes and looked at Su Chen. Since I'm selling you this information, there will be absolutely no problem. Su Chen slowly moved Liu Wumai's hand away. Her jade hand was crystal clear and exuded a sense of coolness. He grabbed the silver note under his hand and put it in his arms. I got 2 pieces of news about this 5th grade lotus platform. One is about the 5th grade lotus platform, and the other is about the blood demon flower. The location is right here. Su Chen took out a map with a location marked on it from his arms and placed it on the table. You mean the blood demon flower? Not the 5th grade lotus platform. Liu Wumai did not take the map, but asked. Madam, you need to identify it yourself. I am not very familiar with the blood demon flower and the 5th grade lotus platform. I checked some information about the blood demon flower and the 5th grade lotus platform, but I couldn't figure it out. Su Chen said in a deep voice. Then let's go and take a look. Liu Wumai opened the map and took a look and said, come with me over there. Now, Liu Wumai now wants to confirm the authenticity of the thing. While talking, Liu Wumai had already stood up and turned into the bedroom. Not long after, Liu Wumai's appearance changed greatly. She turned into a middle-aged woman, wearing a simple cloth dress, and was completely different from before. After coming out, she threw Su Chen an ordinary dress and cloak. Put it on, let's go. Looking at the vigorous Liu Wumai, Su Chen walked into the bedroom next door. There was a fragrance in the bedroom, and the dress was a bit simple. When Su Chen was looking around, Liu Wumai's voice came from there, don't dawdle and look around. Su Chen shook his head, took off his coat, changed his clothes, put on a hat, and left the room. Creak. A secret passage appeared in front of Su Chen. The passage was pitch black. Su Chen frowned slightly. Once he entered the passage, Bai Tianyu might not be able to sense him. In that case, he would be in danger, and Bai Tianyu might not be able to rescue him. He began to hesitate. Are you still afraid that I will do something to you? If I do something, I can do it here. Although you have entered the innate realm, you are still a weakling in my hands. Liu Wumai looked at Su Chen and said. After saying that, he stepped into the secret passage first. Su Chen also put aside his hesitation at this time. It was indeed as Liu Wumai said that he was indeed a weakling in the eyes of the other party. The two walked in the secret passage for a long time. The sound of dripping water fell on the rock wall of the secret passage. The two did not know how long they had walked. They walked out of an abandoned house. Your secret passage is a bit far. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumai and said. Let's go, little guy. Qin Kui Mountain is very far from here. According to our current journey, it may take until the evening to arrive. When Liu Wumai was talking, Su Chen stopped talking and followed behind Liu Wumai. After leaving the courtyard, there was a carriage parked outside. The driver was an old man holding a pipe. When Su Chen looked at him, he didn't see anything, but he sensed a hint of danger. This old man was not simple. Following Liu Wumai into the carriage, the old man waved the whip and drove the carriage towards Qin Kishan. On the other side, Bai Tianyu also left the city and went to the direction of Qin Kishan with all his strength. Su Chen left through the secret passage, and he couldn't catch up, but he knew the location and was ready to wait for Su Chen at Qin Kishan. At this time, on the official road from the outside of the Great Wall to Qingchen, a woman in a purple dress and a burly man were galloping towards Qingchen. After a while, in front of an open-air tea house next to the official road, the two stopped, put the horse rope on a horse post, and then sat at a table. Boss, give us 2 servings of herbal tea, and fill our pots with water by the way, the middle-aged man said. Okay, the owner of the tea shop first served 2 large bowls of tea to the 2 people, and then took the kettle to the back to fill the water. At this time, 2 figures appeared on the official road not far away. The figures were dressed in black, with masks on their faces and long swords in their hands. In the blink of an eye, the two figures appeared in front of the tea house. Looking at the purple-skirted woman and the big man. The purple-skirted woman and the big man who were about to drink tea changed their faces. "Miss, it seems that you are here to cause trouble for us," the big man said. At this time, the other people in the tea house ran away quickly, fearing that they would be affected. While the big man was speaking, he stood up, walked in front of the two people, and looked at them with cold eyes. "I didn't expect that someone would come to die before entering King Chen. I'll send you off first." Swish. But while he was speaking, the two men in black robes took the lead. The long swords in their hands were drawn in an instant, and the extremely swift blade-like chopped towards the big man in a situation that was difficult to capture. Chapter 37 Bloodshed, Evil Spirit. Although the knife light was fast, the burly man's figure was even faster. The moment the knife light fell, his figure rushed out like a ghost. Then he punched out, and the violent fist force whistled out from his fist. The fist force was extremely fierce. The two people who attacked hit the afterimage with a knife, turned their bodies back, and slashed at the big man's fist. The violent knife force burst out from the long knife. It collided with the big man's fist. A burst of energy burst out from the place where they fought, and it collided with the air and made a harsh sound. The three figures separated immediately. The two sides were in a confrontation. The two swordsmen of Mobei. "We have no grudges," the burly man said in a deep voice. After a fight, he had already identified who the other party was. "Take money from others and help them eliminate disasters. We have received money from others, so we naturally have to do things. Xin Palace, King Kong Iron Arm Du Fi Wu, we also want to see the power of your iron fist." The moment he spoke, the two men shot at the big man again, and the swords in their hands suddenly burst out, tearing the air and turning into fierce swords to attack each other. "King Kong Iron Arm," the strong man shouted, and golden light began to flow in his arm. In the blink of an eye, his arm seemed to turn into gold. Clang! Clang! The next moment, the sound of metal collision was heard. In the violent sword light, a golden light kept attacking and blocked the violent sword light. When the three people fought, the woman in the purple skirt frowned slightly. This time she went to the Jinfeng Ziyu Tower in Qingchen to investigate the cause of Su Mengbei's death. Jinfeng Ziyu Tower is nothing to the Red Sand Palace, but it plays a very important role for their Mu family. Not only does it help the Mu family collect information about the situation inside the pass, but it also provides financial support to the Mu family. The ancestor meant that Jinfeng Ziyu Tower still needs to be controlled by their Mu family. But they didn't expect that someone would attack them before they arrived in Qingchen. Is it someone from Qingchen, or someone from the Red Sand Palace? Mu Qingsu thought to herself. The Red Sand Palace is very large, with many factions, and fighting between them is a common occurrence. She stared closely at the three people fighting. Judging from the fighting situation, the Mobei double swordsman can temporarily resist Du Fi Wu with his combined strength, but if it lasts for a long time, the Mobei double swordsman will definitely be at a disadvantage. See. At this moment, the sound of two horses neighing rang out. She looked in the direction of her own horse. Both horses fell to the ground, with white foam spurting from the corners of their mouths. It seemed that they were poisoned and there was no hope. Looking for death, Mu Qingsu looked around with a cold look in her eyes. Suddenly, she let out a sharp whistle and swept past a horse not far behind. At the moment of passing by, her waist shook, and the thunder-like sword energy attacked the fleeing person like thunder. The speed was so fast. This Mu Qingsu is extraordinary. Seeing this, the fleeing person grabbed the thunder-like sword light with his palm. Ding ding ding. The man caught Mu Qingsu's sword move with his palm. Mu Qingsu looked over. There was a layer of black light on the other party's hand. He was wearing a pair of gloves made of black iron, which were indestructible. At this time, his eyes were looking at Mu Qingsu with a cold look. Mu Qingsu did not stop and continued to strike the sword. The man also clenched his palm into a fist. It collided with Mu Qingsu's long sword. Boom! The long sword collided with the arm, and the huge airflow generated collided with the air. The air seemed to explode, forming an airflow that swept out, and suddenly there were yellow sands around them. The little girl is quite strong. She has reached the peak of innateness at such a young age, but you are still a little short of fighting with me, but our mission has been completed, there is no need to attack you. After saying that, the figure rushed away. The two people who were fighting fiercely with Du Fiwu on the other side also shook Du Fiwu away in an instant and turned around to leave. The speed was extremely fast. It seemed that their purpose of coming here was not to kill people, but to kill horses. Looking at the three people rushing towards her, Mu Kingsa frowned. The sturdy Du Fiwu came to Mu Kingsa's side. The other party wants to delay our arrival in Qingcheng, Du Fiwu said in a deep voice. That should be the case. Let's go now. Mu Kingsa didn't say anything. The horses died, and they could only walk to Qingcheng. But after they left, an old man appeared and went in the direction where the three people left. Not long after, the three people who left earlier fell in a pool of blood. There was a sword mark on their throats, and blood spurted out from it, rendering the setting sun. At sunset, Su Chen and Liu Wumei took a carriage to Qingke Mountain. Liu Wumei took out a map, checked it out, and said to the old man driving the carriage, "Stay here and wait for us, let's go into the mountains." Looking at the dense forest in front of him, Su Chen said, "We might as well go into the mountains early tomorrow morning." Although he accepted this body, Su Chen's previous sense of security was still rooted in his mind. This is the thinking of today's society, and it cannot be changed for a while. You cherish your life? This is not the way for a martial artist to practice. Liu Wumei looked at Su Chen and said. This Su Chen gave people a feeling that he was really a bit cowardly. Cherishing life is for longer practice. I don't want to put myself in danger, of course, Madam Liu. Your confidence mainly comes from your own strength. If you have the same strength as me, I don't think you will rashly enter the mountain. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumei and said. I will protect you, so you don't have to worry about your safety. It's hard for you to become a martial arts overlord if you are so timid. After saying that, Liu Wumei flashed into the mountain. Su Chen had no choice but to follow. The two ran at full speed and drove for a while before arriving at the place indicated on the map. Looking at the dark canyon in front of them, Su Chen said, it should be there, but the entrance seems to be guarded by people from the Thunder Hall. How can we get in? Kill them. Hearing Su Chen's words, Liu Wumei beside him was stunned. He was still very cowardly just now. But when he came here, he had to kill people. The change was a bit too much. I'm a little skeptical about your news now. Both the Blood Demon Flower and the 5th rank Lotus Platform are rare treasures. Why would they let these ordinary warriors guard them? Liu Wumei frowned. You actually think so? Maybe many people think so. This may be their cleverness. Since we are here, let's go in and take a look. I've seen this map. There should be a rock wall behind the valley. With your skills, you should be able to take me into the valley. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumei and said. Let's go. Liu Wumei nodded. Since she was here, she must go and take a look. As for the place Su Chen mentioned, she also saw it on the map. Under the rock wall, Liu Wumei hugged Su Chen directly and fell into the valley. It's so cold, Su Chen couldn't help but say when he fell. Of course, this coldness entered Su Chen's body, and was eliminated by the icy air in his body. This is the Yin Shaki. How can there be such a strong Yin Shaki in this valley? Sensing the breath here, Liu Wumei frowned. Chapter 38 Dusk Rain Knife. Knife leaves a mark. There shouldn't be such a strong Yin Shaki here. It seems that there may really be the Blood Demon Flower you mentioned. Liu Wumei looked around and said. A smile appeared on his face. He came all the way here, so he couldn't make a wasted trip. The Yin Shaki is the strongest there. Let's go and take a look. Liu Wumei pointed to the front and said. With such a keen sense, this Liu Wumei is at least in the realm of soul refining. Su Chen thought to himself. What is soul refining? It means cultivating the divine consciousness. The divine consciousness can increase the warrior's keen insight and perception of the surrounding ki. Liu Wumei can clearly sense the source of the Yin Shaki. He has definitely reached the realm of soul refining. Although the masters of the realm of soul refining can be killed by Bai Tianyu with one sword, they are still masters for Su Chen. Liu Wumei didn't care about Su Chen's changes, and went to the source of the Yin Shaki in hiding. Blood Cloud Yin Sha Flag. Liu Wumei stopped suddenly while walking forward and looked at a place not far away. Su Chen looked at a place not far away. 9 flags were inserted in different positions, and the evil spirits gathered inside, while some residual evil spirits spread outward. There is the Blood Demon Flower inside. At this moment, Liu Wumei confirmed Su Chen's words. Don't you want to go and take a look? Su Chen wanted to see what the Blood Demon Flower looked like and how mature it was. Someone is coming. At this time, Liu Wumei pulled Su Chen and hid behind a rock nearby. Two figures walked in from outside. One of the figures was Lei Yao from the Thunder Hall, and the other figure was wearing a black hat and his face could not be seen clearly. Messenger, if there is enough empty and dark ore inside, the precious medicine should mature within 2 days, Lei Yao bowed and said. You did a good job on this matter. I will go and see what it is. If it is indeed a precious medicine, I will introduce you to the sect, the man in black robe spoke. His voice was low and his age could not be heard. Thank you, messenger. Lei Yao accompanied the messenger into the blood cloud Yin Sha flag. It seems that Qin Hao is preparing for someone else's wedding. Su Chen looked at the situation and said. Su Chen felt a little interested in the newly appeared man in black. The small city of Qingcheng is really full of hidden dragons and crouching tigers, and there are many people in the dark. That person is not simple, we have to be careful. Liu Wumei lowered his voice. Then do we still need to go in and take a look? Su Chen said. Whether it is a blood demon flower or not, the things inside must be extraordinary. It will mature in 2 days. We can come back in 2 days, Liu Wumei said. Let's go, Liu Wumei said, and then took Su Chen to return the same way. But when he was taking Su Chen back, a figure came out from the blood cloud flag. You are here, and you want to leave? Can you leave? When I went in just now, I smelled a strange fragrance. I didn't expect that there was really someone hiding in the dark. The voice was from the man wearing a bamboo hat like Su Chen. Just when he stepped into the Yinsha flag, a breeze appeared in the valley, and he smelled a faint fragrance. Liu Wumei has been in Yuchen Garden for many years, and her body is more or less stained with the fragrance of Yuchen Garden. Perhaps it is because of these years that she has been content with the status quo, which has made her lose her previous caution. Behind him, Lei Yao also appeared, staring at Su Chen and the others. I will deal with the black-robed man, you deal with Lei Mu, and we rush out, Liu Wumei said in a voice transmission. What to deal with? Why don't you run? At this moment, Su Chen turned around and rushed towards the entrance of the valley. This, Su Chen's action made Liu Wumei, the black-robed man and others stunned. Liu Wumei turned around and quickly followed. Run, do you think you can run? The black-robed man said coldly. In an instant, he rushed out at an unparalleled speed and chased after him, as if chasing prey. Lei Mu quickly followed and roared to stop the other party. At this time, Su Chen was in front. Some guards with knives saw Su Chen coming forward and immediately slashed at him, but Su Chen raised his hand, turned his palm, and grabbed the opponent's arm. With a snap, he crushed the opponent's wrist and grabbed the long knife. Then the knife light turned, and a knife mark appeared on the neck of the Lidang guard who rushed over. Plop. The body of the guard fell directly to the ground. Although these were the elites of Lidang, they had not reached the innate level. They were vulnerable in front of Su Chen. Liu Wumei, who was following behind Su Chen, saw Su Chen's killing method, and a light flashed in her beautiful eyes. With a turn of her waist, a soft sword appeared instantly, and her body shot forward violently. The long sword turned into dozens of sword shadows, directly piercing the heart veins of the guards who came to intercept her. Chi-chi. The people who blocked them fell to the ground. She raised her hand to greet Su Chen, but Su Chen had already left the valley. He didn't even look at her. Seeing this, she immediately followed. But no matter what, these people blocked Su Chen and his group for a while. After they left the valley, the man in black robe caught up with Su Chen and his group. You saw something you shouldn't have seen, so you can only die. The next moment, the man in black robe slapped Liu Wumei. Seeing this, Liu Wumei's internal ki flowed on the long sword, and the long sword chopped out instantly, with sword energy running wild. The other party's palm was black, and ki flowed in the palm. It shook hard with Liu Wumei's sword energy. The two sides collided, and instantly a strong ki burst out from the place where they fought, forming a wave of air. The two men didn't say much, and they burst out directly. It reached a white-hot point all of a sudden. Su Chen watched from the side, frowning slightly. The black-robed man's move was fierce, and his moves were fierce. He was not afraid of Liu Wumei's sword energy. What's more, his body movements were very strange. If this goes on, Liu Wumei might be suppressed. Let me see how strong you are. Just as Su Chen was thinking, Lei Yao, who followed the man in black, kicked the ground with his footsteps, and shot out violently. His palms turned into claws, and rushed towards Su Chen. This matter cannot be told to anyone. Bringing this man in black to this valley to see the precious medicine was done without telling Lei Tang. Once it is leaked, Lei Mu will definitely kill him. Even if Lei Mu lets him go, Qin Hao will never let him go. So he has to get rid of the person in front of him. From the traces just now, this person's strength should be in the innate realm, and he can take him down. So he took the lead to take down Su Chen. Looking at Lei Yao who punched at him, Su Chen's eyes flashed with cold light. The long sword that he had snatched in his hand was chopped down in an instant. The sword light appeared, not sharp, but like drizzle. Since he took action, Su Chen must show his strength. Not to show it to others, but to Liu Wumei, so that he can know some of his strength. Dusk drizzle sword technique. Su Chen had already understood it when he strengthened the drizzle sword before. Now he attacked, using the dusk rain knife, and it was easy to catch the enemy. The knife came out like a continuous drizzle. Lei Yao, who was attacking Su Chen, was stunned. He was about to say something, perhaps he wanted to shout out the name of this knife technique. But the original drizzle knife technique suddenly became more rapid, and the knife light collided with his palm energy like a waterfall. Lei Yao had no chance to speak. Clang. Lei Yao's figure was repelled by the knife. His eyes sank, and a blue aura surged out of his palm. He wanted to attack again. But Su Chen did not give him a chance. His figure had already appeared in front of the opponent, and his hand slashed again. At this moment, Lei Yao heard the sound of drizzle in his ears, and a dusk sunset appeared in his eyes. At this moment, Lei Yao's face changed drastically, and a terrifying feeling of death rose in his heart. His energy flowed around him, and he raised his hand to punch. But the dusk light flashed in his eyes, making him blind instantly. Swish. After the light, a blood mark appeared on his throat. Who are you? How come? Lei Yao held his throat and looked at Su Chen, wanting to say something. Chapter 39, Fierce and Winning Over. Whatever you want to say, I won't let you say it. Su Chen came in front of Lei Yao, raised his hand, and grabbed the other's head. Swish. He took off the other's head with force. The Lei family said they didn't know what Lei Yao did, but that was just what the Lei family said. How could Su Chen believe it? Although he didn't have any feelings for Su Mengbei, after all, he occupied the original owner's body, and it was normal for him to help the original owner kill more enemies. As for why he took off the head, it seemed to be just casual. Bang! While Su Chen was resolving the battle, the black-robed man over there collided with Liu Wumei and separated, and his eyes couldn't help but glance at Su Chen who was holding the head. Blood was flowing under the head, which looked a little scary. The black-robed man's eyes under the hat condensed, and his body turned and left directly. Why did you leave? Su Chen looked at the leaving figure, his expression a little surprised. He glanced at the disappearing back and threw Lei Yao's head aside. Were you holding Lei Yao's head to intimidate him? Liu Wumei stepped forward and said as she watched Su Chen throw away the bloody head. It was just a casual move. My father was killed, and the Lei family was involved. It's normal to take off the head. Did you see the opponent's moves when you fought just now? Su Chen asked. The opponent seemed to deliberately conceal his own breath, but I can be sure that the opponent is a woman, Liu Wumei said. A woman? Su Chen was stunned. The opponent's moves were fierce and fierce. How could she be a woman? My fragrance is very light, but the opponent can smell it. Only women are sensitive to fragrance. What's more, when we fought just now, although her palm was wrapped in black energy, I could still see that it was a pair of women's hands. Let's go. In 2 days, this place may become the focus. Even if we don't spread it, the opponent will spread it. Everyone wants to benefit from it, Liu Wumei said. Then she looked at Su Chen. Su Chen, what do you think of my sister? Fair skin, beautiful face, long legs, a mature beauty. Su Chen looked at the other party and said seriously. Your summary is very accurate. As long as you join my Chang'an Palace, I will be yours. Although your sister is called Madam, she is still a virgin. This is a chance for you. Liu Wumei is preparing to pull Su Chen into their Chang'an Palace. Su Chen just made a move. His sword skills were sharp, his means were decisive and ruthless. Lei Yao, who was in the late Xiantian period, was killed by his sword. And just now she felt a drizzle of sword intent. Dusk drizzle sword skills. Su Chen is not inferior to the dead Su Mengbei at all. He is definitely a talent. She wants to introduce Su Chen to Chang'an Palace. I feel that your purpose is not pure. I am the owner of Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. If you recruit me, you will directly take over my Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. Also, I have the support of Shanman and Zitan Palace. Joining your Changhan Palace? It's a bit of a loss. Su Chen looked at Liu Wumai and said. The Mountain River sect is only a little famous in Lingnan County. The Red Sand Palace is very strong outside the Great Wall, but do you know why they can't enter the Great Wall? That's because they have a rival inside the Great Wall, the Great Buddha Temple, one of the 5 great Buddhist temples of the Great Zhou Buddhism. My Chang'an Palace is different from them. It is popular everywhere. You don't have to reply to me on this matter. You can think about it slowly. After saying that, he took Su Chen away. Soon, they came to the foot of the mountain. They got on the carriage and returned to King Cheng. Not long after they left, a figure walked out of the dark. It was the man wearing a bamboo hat who left. Su Chen, I didn't expect you to hide so deeply. If I hadn't come here, I really wouldn't have found you. Your dusk rain knife is not inferior to your father's at all, and your strength is beyond my expectation. No wonder you are so casual. It turns out that you don't care about Lingshan River at all, the figure said softly. The voice is a woman's voice, which is completely different from the previous low voice. If Su Chen heard it, he would be familiar. This person is Shangguan Ziyan in the Su Mansion. That is Zihanayu, the saint of Hanayu sect. He also felt the artistic conception of Su Chen's swordsmanship just now, so he withdrew directly. What's more, the precious medicine is not yet mature, so there is no need to fight now. The bright moon is hanging high, and the night is dark and silent. The carriage was driving on the broken road, feeling a little bumpy. We will go to the city gate, and it is estimated that the city gate will be closed. Otherwise, we will find a place in the suburbs to stay for one night and return to King Cheng early tomorrow morning, Liu Wumai said in the carriage. Okay, Su Chen nodded. Although he could enter the city by giving the guards some silver coins at the city gate, the carriage was a little bumpy at night, and it was indeed better to stay outside for one night. The carriage moved forward. After a while, a loud thunder appeared in the sky, and it felt like it was raining at night. The carriage continued to move forward. After a while, it appeared in front of a dilapidated temple. The old man holding the dry tobacco parked the carriage outside the dilapidated temple, took some dry food from the carriage, and entered the dilapidated temple. Boom! Then thunder sounded, and bean-sized raindrops fell from the sky. What's wrong with the weather in King Cheng? Su Chen said as he looked at the heavy rain. Abnormal weather may cause many changes, Liu Wumai said in a deep voice while looking outside. Weather changes mean that some disasters will occur, and disasters will mean turmoil. Su Chen shook his head and turned to enter the ruined temple. At this time, the old man smoking dry tobacco had already lit a fire. Another place. Su Mansion. A black shadow swept in from the open window, with raindrops on his body. Xiaolin, who was in the house, immediately lit the light and closed the window. The black shadow changed out of the wet black clothes and came out in a white dress. It was Shangguan Ziyan. Get rid of my nightgown, Shangguan Ziyan said. Xiaolin immediately helped Shangguan Ziyan get rid of the black clothes, and returned to the room after a while. At this time in the room, Shangguan Ziyan frowned, as if thinking about something. Miss, isn't that a 5th grade lotus platform? She knew why her young lady went out. Now seeing her young lady like this, she thought that it was not a 5th grade lotus platform. It's not a 5th grade lotus platform, but it's a blood demon flower, and its effect is similar. If I swallow the blood demon flower, it can improve some of my qualifications, and it will be easier to enter the soul refining realm. By the way, Su Chen, where's he today? Shangguan Ziyan suddenly asked. Although she knew from the other party's conversation that it was Su Chen, she didn't see Su Chen's face after all. Su Chen, he seems to be in Yuchen Garden, Xiaolin recalled and said. Yuchen Garden, Liu Wumai, it seems to be them, Shangguan Ziyan said. Miss, did you see them? Xiaolin at the side couldn't help asking. Yes. In Kinky Mountain, I met them and fought with them. Su Chen used the Dusk Rain sword technique and killed Lei Yao with one sword, Shangguan Ziyan said. Chapter 40, Plan. Bai Tianyu's face is revealed, and he conquers King Cheng with one sword. Hearing the young lady's words, Xiaolin showed a look of disbelief on her face. Young lady, did you see it wrong? Isn't Su Chen in Yuchen Garden now? How could he go to Kinkishan, and his strength, even I can't deal with it? How can he kill Lei Yao with one sword? The little girl asked 3 questions in a row. You underestimated him. This guy hid very deeply. When I tried to probe him before, I didn't even notice it. If he hadn't fought with Lei Yao and performed the dusk rain sword technique, I wouldn't have known it was him. He should be cooperating with Liu Wumei now to find out where the bloody magic flower is, Shangwen Ziyan said in a deep voice. Liu Wumei's strength is in the late stage of soul refining, close to the peak of soul refining. Once she obtains the blood demon flower, she may reach the peak of soul refining in a short time. In that case, she can leave Qingcheng, return to Chang'an Palace, and get a good position in Chang'an Palace. It seems that she is a strong rival for me to obtain the blood demon flower, but this blood demon flower seems to be a trap set by someone. I wonder if it was set by Qin Hao or someone else. You spread this information from the black market overnight. I want everyone in Qingcheng or outside Qingcheng to know the news of the blood demon flower by tomorrow morning, Shangwen Ziyan said. Yes, I will arrange it now, Xiaolin replied and left the room. Only Shangwen Ziyan was left in the room. She looked at the heavy rain outside the window and said to herself, Su Chen, maybe the previous cooperation with Su Mengbei can be carried out with you, outside Qingcheng. In the ruined temple, Su Chen wrapped in clothes and half lying on the hay. He was thinking about something in his mind. Bai Tianyu was the master of the defied sword sect in his previous life. With extraordinary talent, his strength will surely increase rapidly in this world. Being his bodyguard will only delay him. Now he has some ability to protect himself. He thought about taking Bai Tianyu away from him and expanding Bai Tianyu's reputation in this world. Bai Tianyu is now standing behind Ling Xian. Perhaps he can let Bai Tianyu take charge of Jinfeng's Ziyu Tower, and Ling Xian will assist him. In this way, Jinfeng's Ziyu Tower can still be under his control. And once Bai Tianyu takes charge of Jinfeng's Ziyu Tower, the three major forces of Li Deng, Xiangtang, and Zhuxiantang can be taken down one after another. Thinking of this, Su Chen was a little excited. But how to make Bai Tianyu public is a problem. Bai Tianyu's origin needs to be made a copy and then spread secretly. The peerless swordsman, who lived in seclusion in the mountains and practiced swordsmanship, was favored by Ling Xian in the past, so he went out to help Ling Xian. Su Chen thought of this idea in his mind. After returning, let Ling Xian sort it out and spread it quickly, Su Chen thought to himself. Bai Tianyu's identity can be made public and he can also officially appear in Jinfeng's Ziyu Tower. Of course, a whetstone is needed. Who is the best whetstone? That is Lei Tang. Lei Tang planned to kill the owner of Jinfeng's Ziyu Tower, and the evidence is already conclusive. I can give Jinfeng's Ziyu Tower to Bai Tianyu as a reward for helping him to avenge. These ideas quickly passed through Su Chen's mind, slowly taking shape. Let Lei Tang disappear tomorrow. And then Bai Tianyu will conquer Qingcheng with one sword and become the overlord of Qingcheng. After the plan was completed, Su Chen was ready to go to bed. There was an old man holding a dry pipe here, and he wanted something wonderful to happen. That was impossible, so he could only sleep. After a while, he fell asleep. But it was hard for Bai Tianyu, who was following in the dark. Seeing Su Chen taking a nap, the old man holding the dry pipe said, "This kid is really big, he actually fell asleep like this, miss. It is difficult for such an unvigilant person to survive in this martial arts world. He is not what you think." Liu Wumei shook her head. What happened in the valley today was still fresh in her memory. Su Chen is definitely more complicated than she thought. He looks a little weak, but in reality, anyone who thinks he is weak will probably have his head chopped off like Lei Yao. Duh. 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 At this moment, outside the ruined temple, there was a sound of horse hoofs. It was not just one horse, but several horses. Liu Wumei and the old man smoking a dry tobacco both looked at each other. Late at night, a group of people galloping here was not a good sign. When the two looked at each other, a group of people wearing straw raincoats and bamboo hats appeared outside the door and walked in. There were about 10 people. The leader was a big man in his early 30s. He glanced at the old man smoking a dry tobacco and Liu Wumei in plain clothes, and finally his eyes fell on Su Chen. Su Chen's face was covered by the bamboo hat, so he couldn't see his face clearly. The big man frowned slightly, but didn't say anything. He said to the people behind him, "Rest for a night, and leave tomorrow morning when the rain stops." Hearing this voice, Su Chen slowly opened his eyes, took off the bamboo hat, and saw the group of people coming in. In fact, Su Chen had already woken up when the sound of horse hooves sounded. He was just too lazy to open his eyes and take off the bamboo hat on his face. He looked at these people. After receiving the order, the people behind the big man quickly took off their raincoats, revealing a brocade official uniform with a long sword on his waist. The momentum on his body was very unusual. Are they from the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County? At this time, Liu Wumai's voice sounded in Su Chen's ears. North Pacification Division? How come they are here? Su Chen was puzzled. The Pacification Division has an extraordinary status in the Great Zhou Dynasty. It is one of the military agencies of the Great Zhou Dynasty to suppress the martial arts world. These people sat down. One of them borrowed some flames from the old man smoking dry tobacco. He lit a fire in another place. Roast duck and wine appeared on several of them. "Boss, why do you think the adults asked us to go to Qin Kishan?" one of the young men spoke. "Just follow orders and don't ask what you shouldn't ask," the big man in the lead said coldly. But their words really shocked Liu Wumai and Su Chen. Qin Kishan. They had just been there. These people went to Qinqi Mountain. What was there in Qinqi Mountain? Perhaps only the blood demon flower. Could it be that the people from the Northern Pacification Office also came for the blood demon flower? Su Chen thought to himself. "This girl, are you coming from the direction of Qinqi Mountain?" At this time, a man beside the big man asked Liu Wumai. The old man smoking a dry tobacco pipe was obviously a driver, and Su Chen was half lying down, looking very young. Although Liu Wumai was wearing plain clothes, some of her temperament could not be hidden. So the man asked Liu Wumai directly. "We have been noticed." Liu Wumai's heart moved. But she nodded and said, "We are coming from Qinqi Mountain. This route, at the fork in the road ahead, can go in 3 directions, one of which is to Qinqi Mountain." Liu Wumai said this. In fact, she also wanted to find out something from the other party. "Look at the sky." The girl came down from Qinqi Mountain very late. "I heard that there is no scenery over Qinqi Mountain, and few people go there," the man continued. Hearing the man's words, Su Chen, who was half lying, had an idea in his mind. "What are they trying to do, my lord? The smoke from their pile of firewood is poisonous." At this moment, Bai Tianyu's voice rang in Su Chen's ears. Hearing Bai Tianyu's words, Su Chen secretly cried out, "It's late at night, the temple's ruined, and there is really no good thing." Then he picked up the head in his hand, covered his face, and took a poison-proof pill by the way. Chapter 41, The 1,000 Households of the Pacification Division, Counterattack. He was thinking. How could the people from the Northern Pacification Division attack them directly? They just mentioned Qinqi Mountain. Could they also come for the blood demon flower? Su Chen thought. The smoke is poisonous. Hold your breath. At this time, Liu Wumai sent a message to Su Chen. When she sent a message to Su Chen, she distanced herself from the group of people from the Northern Pacification Division. "You poisoned the smoke." She did not answer the big man's words, but looked at the other party coldly. "The other party has already poisoned. Why bother to argue? Just say it directly and see what the other party wants to do. Tell me, why did you go to Qinqi Mountain? Maybe we can spare your lives," the leading man said in a deep voice. "We went to Qinqi Mountain for the blood demon flower, didn't you?" Liu Wumai directly mentioned the blood demon flower. Since the other party attacked, how could she hold back? Who would believe if they spared their lives? When she mentioned the blood demon flower, Liu Wumai's eyes were fixed on the leading man. She wanted to see his reaction. Hearing about the blood demon flower, the leading man's pupils suddenly shrank. "It seems that you can't be spared." As the leading man spoke, his blood suddenly burst out and his figure went towards Liu Wumai. When he touched Liu Wumai, the violent blade light in his hand appeared instantly and chopped towards Liu Wumai's head. From the situation just observed, this woman is the person in charge. Kill her first. As for why he had to take action, the fact that they had people from this Hanfu division appeared here must not be leaked. This is also the reason why they hurried at night. When they entered this broken temple, it meant that the people inside must die. And the other party also knew about the blood demon flower. They couldn't be spared. The Hanfu division is one of the military agencies of the court to suppress the forces of the underworld. Everyone has been carefully selected, and with the support of this Hanfu division's resources. Moreover, the killing skills they practiced were swift and fierce, leaving no chance for the enemy to breathe. The blade light was like a storm and thunder. Liu Wumai's eyes condensed, and his body turned into a group of figures to avoid the man's knife. "You surround and kill the old man and the boy, leaving no one alive," the leader said in a cold voice. As he spoke, The longsword in his hand slashed at Liu Wumi again. The sword light was accompanied by thunder, covering a large area. Thunder Sword, Duyuan, one of the 5,000 households of the Northern Pacification Division of Lingnan County. After dodging the sword light, Liu Wumi looked at the other party with a solemn expression. I didn't expect you to know me, the leading man's eyes condensed. He didn't expect the other party to recognize him, and his face was filled with murderous intent. This time they came secretly. Thunderstorm Sword, as soon as the voice fell, the other party's sword slashed out instantly. The moment he slashed, a series of thunder lights appeared on the blade. With the sound of thunder, the sword lights swept out like a rainstorm. At this moment, murderous intent emerged on Liu Wumi's beautiful face. The energy in his body burst out, and the long sword on his waist was slashed out instantly. The moment the sword light slashed out, it penetrated the thunder lights like a swimming dragon and went towards the major vital points of the big man's body. Your strength is still a little bit behind mine, Duyuan snorted coldly. The longsword in his hand swung, clanging and clanging to block Liu Wumi's long sword. Just now, he had sensed the opponent's strength, which was in the late stage of soul refining, but his strength was at the peak of soul refining, so it was not difficult to kill the opponent. It's a little bit behind, but I should be able to hold you back, Liu Wumi said coldly. While speaking, the extremely sharp sword light attacked the opponent. Boom! Duyuan shouted in a low voice, and the long sword in his hand burst into thunder and lightning, and an invisible killing sword aura rose around. See how many of my swords you can block. The first style of the 9 thunder swords, the sword falls and the thunder rises. Duyuan's thunderous voice echoed throughout the ruined temple. Before the voice fell, a dazzling sword light like a thread, with the force of splitting the river and the sea, fell heavily. With a domineering lightning, Liu Wumi dodged like a butterfly, avoiding the blade, but was suppressed by the blade from Duyuan, and her body was blocked. And the blade continued to suppress her. She was one level lower than Duyuan, and once suppressed, she would not be able to avoid a second blade. With a fierce look in her eyes, she matched her body with a long sword in her hand and appeared in front of Duyuan like lightning. Eternal Hate and Love Sickness Sword. As the sword went out, the sword energy changed, with a hint of femininity. Instantly, a rain of swords formed to block the blade from Duyuan. For a moment, Liu Wumi held Duyuan back. As for the old man who was smoking, he was besieged by 8 people at the moment. These 8 people drew their swords in unison, and burst out with power several times greater than their own strength. For a moment, the old man who was smoking could not avoid their blade net. On Su Chen's side, 3 people came towards this side. Su Chen's eyes were filled with coldness at this time. He said that he would not leave anyone alive, and he was really domineering. Looking at the 3 people coming towards him, he exuded a strong murderous aura and showed his innate energy. 2 of them had weak innate energy, probably because they had just entered the innate realm. The other one had stronger innate energy, but not much stronger than these 2. He was really no match for him. Perhaps he was underestimated by the other party. Kill! One of them slashed at Su Chen with a knife. The sharp blade sounded in the air. Su Chen, who was half lying, turned sideways and barely avoided the knife. But when he dodged, 2 figures attacked Su Chen from the left and right. The long knives in their hands also attacked Su Chen instantly. The coordination was very good. It seemed that it was not a joint fight to kill the opponent. But Su Chen showed a sneer at the corner of his mouth. He didn't want to kill, but someone forced him to kill. Boom! He kicked the ground with his feet, and the blood and ki in his body surged out, and his figure shot out. In the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of the man who had drawn the knife earlier. The man who drew the knife immediately slashed with a knife, and the violent knife energy fell towards Su Chen. Su Chen stretched out his palm, and the Vajrahunitan energy emerged. The arm was gray, piercing through the violent knife light, and directly grabbed the sharp long knife. At this moment, the man's face changed drastically. But Su Chen did not give him any chance. The moment he grabbed the long knife, he directly pulled the other party over, and the other arm instantly blasted out. Puff! A punch pierced through the other party's chest. Then he grabbed the long knife in the other party's hand. In a blink of an eye, he killed the other 2. He chopped with a knife. A cold chill appeared on his blade. This chill instantly hindered the 2 people's bodies, and their movements slowed down a bit. Chi-chi! After 2 knife lights, the heads of the 2 flew up directly. Gulps of blood flowed out from the neck. In a short period of time, Su Chen killed 3 people in a row. Good boy, At this time, the old man who was surrounded by 8 people was killed by the dry tobacco. Seeing Su Chen's move, he killed 3 people in a blink of an eye, and couldn't help but shouting. Su Chen's expression was very solemn at this moment. Liu Wumei was being suppressed at the moment. Once Liu Wumei was defeated, there was no other way except for Bai Tianyu to take action. He looked at Yuan, who was fighting fiercely with Liu Wumei. Yuan was stronger than Liu Wumei, so he had to suppress him. Su Chen thought of the blood-penetrating nail in his hand. The blood-penetrating nail could penetrate the innate ki. As long as Yuan was hit by this hidden weapon, Liu Wumei should be able to defeat him. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 42, Total Annihilation in One Battle. After Su Chen killed the 3 men, one of the men who had surrounded the old man with the tobacco pipe left the battlefield in an instant and rushed towards Su Chen. The speed was so fast that before Su Chen could react, the other party's long sword slashed towards Su Chen. The collision of the sword's energy and the air made a harsh sound, and the aura on his body suppressed Su Chen. The strength of the late Xiantian. Su Chen's eyes condensed, and the long sword in his hand slashed out instantly. Bang! The 2 people's auras collided. Su Chen retreated several steps, and the other party did not move. You are quite strong, no wonder you were able to kill my 3 colleagues. The man who was shocked back looked at Su Chen and snorted coldly, stepped on the ground, and raised the long sword in his hand. The ghost howls in the netherworld. The man who attacked had fierce eyes, and the long sword blasted out, carrying a sound of ghosts crying and wolves howling. Su Chen couldn't help but feel a gust of cold wind sweeping over. Su Chen hurriedly continued to use his sword to resist. Bang! Su Chen's figure was directly shocked back several steps by this sword. The man succeeded in his attack and slashed at Su Chen with his long sword without stopping. For a while, Su Chen could only passively resist. Slowly, Su Chen approached the range where Liu Wumei and the others were fighting. Boom! At this time, Liu Wumei and Yuan had a head-on collision, and his body was shaken back, with a trace of blood flowing from the corner of his mouth. There was a gap in strength. It was good enough to be able to resist so many times. This knife will send you to death. Yuan looked at Liu Wumei with cold eyes. Get rid of this woman, and there is no need to worry about others. Suddenly at this time, Su Chen was shaken by a knife and flew backwards towards this side and fell to the ground. Yuan looked at Su Chen. At this moment, Su Chen, who fell to the ground, showed a sneer at the corner of his mouth. 3 bone-piercing nails appeared in his hand in an instant. In the blink of an eye, they shot out towards the opponent's chest. HMPH, Yuan snorted coldly, and a gas shield appeared on him, trying to block Su Chen's sneak attack. Chi. But 3 bloody rays penetrated his ki and directly nailed his chest. Bang! 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 3 blood flowers bloomed on his chest. Kill! At this time, Su Chen, who was lying on the ground, made a fist and punched the other person's chest where it exploded. Damn it! The severe pain made Yuan's face twisted. But he felt a sense of danger. His body quickly retreated backwards to avoid Su Chen's punch. On the other side, Liu Wumei saw this and instantly shot the long sword in his hand towards the other person's throat. The speed was so fast. Compared with Su Chen's fist, Yuan felt that Liu Wumei's sword was sharper. Enduring the severe pain, he raised his sword to block the long sword. The ki outside his body circulated again to resist Su Chen's punch. But the next moment, he felt as if his chest was hit by a heavy hammer, and the whole person flew backwards. Puff! A mouthful of blood spurted out. On the other side, the person who had fought with Su Chen before had already chopped Su Chen's back with a long sword in his hand. But Su Chen turned around, and the long sword in his right hand instantly turned and chopped at the opponent. Bang! The 2 sword beams collided. And Su Chen only took a small step back this time. The man was stunned when he saw this look. Thank you for this. If it weren't for you, it would be really difficult for me to sneak attack your Kaianahu. The strong man in the refining spirit realm has extraordinary spiritual perception. If he doesn't get close, and the opponent can't react in time, his 3 blood-penetrating nails may not be able to nail the opponent. If the nails are not on the opponent, then these 3 blood-penetrating nails are useless. At this moment, the situation in the ruined temple has changed. The rain outside has also become more and more violent. It also caused the ruined temple to fall into silence for a short time. Cough cough. Du Yuan's cough broke the silence. Kill you first. Su Chen shot towards the person who attacked him. His left arm made a fist, and the fist was bombarded with a cold air towards the opponent. The man immediately raised his knife to resist. It's so cold, but when his long sword collided with Su Chen's fist, a cold air was transmitted to his wrist, and he immediately circulated his ki to counteract the cold air. But at this time, Su Chen continued to punch, and the huge cold air continued to flow into the blade and into the opponent's arm. After a few punches, the man felt a stiffness in his wrist. It's time. After Su Chen punched, he immediately retracted his fist. The longsword in his right hand fell instantly. The man only felt a drizzle coming, and wanted to resist, but found that his arm was numb and he couldn't lift the longsword immediately. Swish! After the rain of knives, a knife mark appeared on the man's throat. Blood overflowed from it. The man with the knife didn't expect it to be like this. He covered his throat and fell to the ground. 4 people died. These 4 people were all killed by Su Chen. Looking for death. Suddenly, the 7 people who surrounded and killed the old man with dry tobacco turned around at the same time and killed Su Chen. Just at the moment they turned around, the 7 blood-piercing nails in Su Chen's hand had already shut out. Since he had taken action, he had to fight quickly and decisively. No one should be left alive. Chi. 7 blood-piercing nails flew out instantly. They penetrated the opponent's ki and entered the opponent's body and exploded directly. Some people fell directly to the ground after their hearts were pierced and exploded. Some were stronger and avoided the heart, but their chests were still blown open. There was a bloody mark. Take advantage of your illness to kill you. Su Chen had no mercy at all. He stepped out and appeared in front of an injured person. The long knife in his hand was like flowing water. He directly cut the opponent's throat. In just a few seconds, all 7 people died in Su Chen's hands. At this point, only the seriously injured Du Yuan was left. Surround and kill him. Su Chen looked at the old man smoking a dry tobacco and said. The old man smoking a dry tobacco came back to his senses after Su Chen called him. He immediately attacked Du Yuan. Su Chen's 3 blood-penetrating nails pinned him, causing him to explode directly, and Su Chen knocked him back with 1 punch. Du Yuan was in a very bad state at this time. Although his strength was higher than Liu Wuma's, he was no match for him now. The old man with the dry tobacco was at the early stage of soul refining. He cooperated with Liu Wuma to surround and kill the injured Du Yuan. As for Su Chen, he stood aside and did not take action. He did not take action, but he gave people a very dangerous feeling, just like a poisonous snake, waiting for a fatal blow at any time. Bang! The 3 figures separated. But at the moment of separation, Su Chen suddenly stepped out. The long knife in his hand swept violently to form a ray of light, and slashed towards Du Yuan like lightning. After the flash of the knife, a blood-penetrating nail on his wrist also instantly turned into a red light. It penetrated the knife light and disappeared. After 1 knife, Su Chen stepped back and looked in the direction of Du Yuan. Du Yuan half knelt, supporting his body with a knife in his hand. He looked at Su Chen and the other 3. I didn't expect that Du Yuan, would die here. I really want to know who you are. This is the first time I've seen such a resolute and ruthless young man. Du Yuan looked at Su Chen and said. Su Chen was half lying on the hay before, and he didn't take any precautions when they came in. So he ignored Su Chen. But he didn't expect that the main reason they died here this time was Su Chen. It's better for a dead person not to know. Su Chen didn't intend to do good deeds and leave a name for himself. Bang! The blood-piercing nail in his throat burst directly. Chapter 43, Changhan Palace Background, Analysis, and Connection. Blood gushed out from his throat. Plop. The arm holding the knife lost its strength, and the whole person fell to the ground, and soon the ground was covered with blood. The old man with dry tobacco and Liu Wuma both looked at Su Chen in surprise. Su Chen's face was calm. He walked to the body of Du Yuan. After searching his body, he only found some silver bills, nothing else. He also found some silver bills on the other people. He put all the silver bills in his arms. He looked at the old man with dry tobacco and Liu Wuma and said, Isn't it normal to touch the corpse? Now we need to get rid of these corpses. so as not to be found out by the people of the Northern Pacification Division. Do you have any way to destroy the corpses? After saying that, he looked at the old man with dry tobacco. Liu Wumai's expression recovered a little when he heard Su Chen's words. Then he nodded to the old man. A jade bottle appeared in the old man's hand. He dragged the corpses outside, poured some powder from the jade bottle, and the corpses instantly turned into a pool of thick water. As the rain washed away, the thick water quickly disappeared. Only the token of the Northern Pacification Division and the steel knives they used were left. There is no way to deal with these, Uncle Liu. You find a place to bury these remaining things, Liu Wumai said to the old man smoking dry tobacco. The old man collected the steel knife and token, stood up and left the ruined temple. Master Su, this time we have to thank you, otherwise, we might have died here, Liu Wumai said. It's just self-protection. Duan is one of the 5,000 households in Lingnan County of the Northern Pacification Division. Such a person should not come here just for the blood demon flower. Also, they should have wanted to kill us as soon as they entered the ruined temple, otherwise, they would not have been so decisive. They didn't want anyone to know their whereabouts, Su Chen said in a deep voice. Hearing Su Chen's analysis, Liu Wumai nodded. Su Chen's analysis was consistent with her thoughts. Then guess what they want to do, Liu Wumai said in a deep voice. I don't know what you want to do, but when you mentioned the blood demon flower, from Diyuan's expression, he should have known it was a blood demon flower. In theory, this kind of treasure is also a great treasure for the Lingnan County Pacification Bureau, and it should not be leaked. With the power of the Lingnan Pacification Bureau, it is not a problem to wait for the blood demon flower to mature, but the cultivation of the blood demon flower was completed by Qin Hao of the Qin family, which is very strange. Although the Qin family is strong, it is still far behind the Pacification Bureau, so this blood demon flower may be a trap set by the Northern Pacification Bureau. As for the purpose of this trap, I can't guess, Su Chen said in a deep voice. Su Chen, I admire you more and more now. As long as you join our Changhen Palace, I can recommend you to my master. My Changhen Palace is not as simple as it seems on the surface. What is the place where money is most easily consumed in the world? Brothels and gambling houses. Such institutions. Do you think the great Zhou dynasty will be controlled by outsiders? Liu Wumai looked at Su Chen and said. Hearing Liu Wumai's words, Su Chen's eyes condensed. He really didn't think much about this. But from Liu Wumai's mouth, we can know that Changhen Palace should have the background of Dazhou. Perhaps joining this organization is also a good thing for him. He plans to hand over Jinfeng's Iyu Tower to Bai Tianyu for management and control in secret. Shangmen, Xin Palace, and Changhen Palace are the sources of his subsequent background. Among them, Shangmen is the weakest from the current situation. Xin Palace is far outside the Great Wall. Only Changhen Palace is the most suitable. Madam Liu, I will think about this matter carefully, Su Chen said. He did not reply immediately. This matter is indeed not urgent. Our current goal is to obtain the blood demon flower. As long as you help me obtain the blood demon flower, my qualifications will be improved, and then I will be able to obtain a good position in Chang'an Palace. This is also a good thing for you. Liu Wumai looked at Su Chen and said. Since I promised to help you obtain the blood demon flower, I will definitely help you. Madam Liu can rest assured, Su Chen said. Then the two stopped talking. The next morning, Su Chen and his companions left, and the old man continued to drive the carriage back to Qingcheng. After returning to Qingcheng, Su Chen came out of Yuchen Garden and returned to Jinfeng's Iyu Tower. Meet the owner. Not long after going upstairs, Ling Xian appeared in front of Su Chen. The blood demon flower in the valley has been confirmed. You spread this information on the black market. Also, I want to make Bai Tianyu's identity public. This is the simple information I made for him. You go back and add some more, and spread it out as well, Su Chen ordered. Yes, Ling Xian took the information from Su Chen and said. Also, you and Bai Tianyu take people to Lidang and destroy Lidang and Lei's family. The reason is that I asked you to do it, and the price is Jinfeng's Iyu Tower. From today on, Bai Tianyu will be the owner of Jinfeng's Iyu Tower. After destroying Lidang and Lei's family, all their industries will be merged into my Jinfeng's Iyu Tower, Su Chen said. Attacking the Lei family? The blood demon flower of the host is not mature yet, and now you are targeting the Lei family. Ling Xian had expected Su Chen's previous words, but he was a little puzzled that he would attack the Lei Hall before the blood demon flower matured. Don't worry, isn't Qin Hao of the Qin family still here? Su Chen said. Qin Hao of the Qin family will definitely make the blood demon flower mature. What's more, the Northern Pacification Division is hiding behind this. How can they not make the blood demon flower mature? I will immediately arrange for someone to spread the news from the black market. Ling Xian bowed and left the room. Only Su Chen was left in the room. What kind of thing or person is worthy of such a big plan by the Pacification Division? Su Chen tapped the table with his fingers. The Pacification Division of Lingnan County can be said to be one of the strongest military organizations in Lingnan County against the Jianghu. Their layout must be against people in the Jianghu, or a certain force in the Jianghu. The blood demon flower is useful to individuals. Then it must be against people, or it should be against people in a certain force. When Su Chen thought of this, a light flashed in his mind. He thought of the Hanyu sect. The Hanyu sect was founded by the orphan princess of the previous generation of the Great Shu, and has always been a wanted force. Zi Hanyu is the saint of the Hanyu sect. Bai Tianyu had secretly investigated before, and the opponent's strength was only slightly higher than that of Liu Wumei. It was strange that Zi Hanyu appeared in King Chen. The layout of the Northern Pacification Division might be aimed at Zi Hanyu. Maybe it was related to the purpose of Zi Hanyu's coming here. Thinking of this, Su Chen's mind became unblocked. I just don't know who set up the trap this time. If I knew who it was, I would probably kill the other party, Su Chen said in a deep voice. The cause of Su Mengbei's death was that Lao sent someone to kill him. But if there was no one who set up the trap, Su Mengbei would not die. Su Chen, would not come to this world. He wanted to thank him by killing the other party. Another farewell. After Ling Xian returned, he immediately passed the information secretly. After passing it out, he and Bai Tianyu appeared in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Then he immediately mobilized people to go to Lidang secretly, while he and Bai Tianyu went towards Lidang. Chapter 44. Bai Tianyu enters the Thunder Hall and destroys the Thunder Hall with one sword. Lidang Hall. Lei Mu, Lei Mo and the other two remaining guardians gathered here. Their faces looked very ugly. You all know the news that Lei Yao was killed, but before Lei Yao was killed, he also took a man wearing a bamboo hat to see the 5th grade Lotus platform. Lei Mu looked at the other three and said in a deep voice. Hearing Lei Mu's words, the other three were stunned. They didn't know anything about this matter. Hall Master, are you saying that Lei Yao took people to see the 5th grade Lotus platform and betrayed Lidang? Lei Gu asked with some disbelief. From the current situation, yes, Lei Mu said. Hall Master, that means that the news of the 5th grade Lotus platform in Kinky Valley has been known by someone now, and it may be spread out. What should we do now? Lei Muan asked. The news of the 5th grade Lotus platform is secondary. We should now think about how to explain to Qin Sanshao that Lei Yao brought people into the mountain, Lei Mu asked in a deep voice. Master, I will go to Kinky Mountain first and kill all the remaining people in the Lidang in the mountain. No one will be left alive. In this way, no one will know that Lei Yao took people to see the 5th grade Lotus platform. As for how Lei Yao died, he died in battle to protect the 5th grade Lotus platform, Lei Gu said. Hearing Lei Gu's words, the other three were silent. But in the end, Lei Mu nodded. At this time, a man walked in from outside. What happened? Lei Mu asked in a deep voice. Master, there is news on the black market that Malay family is cultivating blood demons on Kinky Mountain, and the blood demon flower is about to mature, and Ling Xian and Bai Tianyu, who are in the Golden Wind and Drizzle, are coming towards Malidang, the man replied. What blood demon flower? You said the news mentioned blood demon flowers. What are blood demon flowers? Lei Mu asked with his pupils suddenly shrinking. Blood demon flower, I checked it before coming here. Its effect is similar to that of the 5th grade Lotus platform, but the cultivation method is different. According to the previous cultivation situation, the flower in the valley may be the blood demon flower, the man said in a deep voice. Hearing this, Lei Mu frowned slightly and looked at Lei Mo. Qin Hao was introduced by him. I don't know either. I just heard what Qin Sanshao said. He said it was a 5th grade Lotus platform, and I also compared the styles of some 5th grade Lotus platforms. It really looks like one, Lei Mo said immediately. Let's talk about this later. Lei Gu, you go to do things first, Lei Mu ordered. Then he thought of the second thing. You mean Ling Xian and Bai Tianyu are coming to Malay Hall? Yes, the man replied immediately. Why are they coming to Malay Hall? Is the matter of Qin Kishan related to them? You go down first and pay close attention to the movements of Jin Feng's Ziyu Tower." Lei Mu waved his hand. The man bowed and walked out of the hall. The atmosphere in the hall became solemn. The hall master said outside that it was a blood demon flower, not a 5th grade lotus platform, but young Master Qin said it was a 5th grade lotus platform. It seems that we were deceived by young Master Qin. No wonder the cultivation method of this 5th grade lotus platform is different, Lei Muyan said in a deep voice. It's not very important whether it's a 5th grade lotus platform or a blood demon flower. What's important is how our leading survives this disaster, Lei Mu said. Should we consult young Master Qin? Lei Mo said. The Qin family hasn't arrived yet, so it's useless to go to see young Master Qin. What's more, young Master Qin should have been using us all the time. After using us, he might get rid of us, otherwise, he wouldn't tell us the truth. It's just that I don't understand why young Master Qin said the thing was a 5th grade lotus platform, not a blood demon flower. Muayan, go check what the blood demon flower is, Lei Mu said. Ah. Just as they spoke, not long after they spoke, a miserable cry suddenly came from outside. It's Lei Gu's voice. What's going on? Lei Mu flashed out of the hall and came to the outside of the Lei Hall. At this time, Lei Gu was cut in half by a knife, and his body fell to the ground. Bai Tianyu, Ling Xian, why did you kill people in my Lei Hall? Lei Mu looked at Ling Xian and said. You Lei Hall hired assassins to kill our building owner. Our new building owner asked Brother Bai to destroy your Lei Hall at the cost of Jin Feng's Ziyu building, Ling Xian said. You said Su Chen asked Bai Tianyu to kill my Lei Hall at the cost of Jin Feng's Ziyu building. Isn't Jin Feng's Ziyu building already under your control? Why do you still listen to him? Lei Mu stared at Ling Xian with gloomy eyes. Isn't it justified? If Su Chen really abdicates, it will be a good thing for me, Ling Xian said in a deep voice. Now you all understand, Brother Bai, I'll leave this to you. I'll take people to destroy the Lei family, Ling Xian said to Bai Tianyu. Cutting the grass and eradicating the roots, the Lei family will not survive. The people of the Lei family were not so ruthless after they took action, and they did not get rid of Su Chen, so they are in this situation today. Since they have taken action, they cannot leave any threat to the master. Second brother, you go first, go to Qinhao and escape from the secret room. At this time, Lei Mu sent a message to Lei Mo. Lei Mo hesitated for a few seconds after hearing this, but gritted his teeth and prepared to escape. None of you can leave today, Bai Tianyu's low voice sounded in the Thunder Hall. With the appearance of this voice, an invisible force burst out from Bai Tianyu, soaring into the sky, stirring the world, and a huge sword energy appeared in the Thunder Hall. This sword energy, many people in Qingcheng sensed this sword energy. At this time, Mu Qingsu and the big man, who had just entered Qingcheng, saw this sword energy and their faces changed. Miss, this sword energy may have reached the soul refining realm, the big man said. Not reached, but is. At this time, an old voice sounded in their ears. Then an old man in a green robe slowly walked over behind them. Mu Qingsu saw the old man in green robe and was delighted. Third grandfather, you have been following us, so our horses were. You are not vigilant enough when you are in the martial arts world. Who can you blame? But third grandfather, I have helped you to vent your anger. Their bodies will remain in the Gobi Desert forever. When the old man in green robe was speaking, his eyes were looking at the sky-high sword energy. The one who destroyed the Thunder Hall today is Bai Tianyu of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Suddenly, a thunderous voice echoed throughout Qingcheng. After the voice fell, a dazzling sword light like a streak suddenly rose from the ground, and finally fell heavily with the force of splitting rivers. Boom! Then there was only a loud noise. A huge smoke and dust rose from the place where the sword light appeared. What a terrifying sword energy! Let's go! Go and see who swung the sword. The old man in green robe grabbed the two people and headed towards the direction of the Thunder Hall like a ghost. At this time, on the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, Su Chen looked at the rising dust with a calm look. After today, not many people should pay attention to me. In addition to Su Chen who was watching on the balcony, there were dozens of figures heading towards the direction of Lei Hall. Chapter 45, Death is Incomprehensible. Jin Feng's Ziyu Tower changes its owner. Bai Tianyu destroyed the Thunder Hall with one sword, showing his absolute strength. After today, he will be the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, and his identity information will be gradually dug out. He needs to have enough strength to shock everyone in Qingcheng. Then he will take charge of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower to help Su Chen unify Qingcheng. Of course, Su Chen put a soul-refining master like Bai Tianyu in King Cheng at this moment, just like putting a shark in a river, which will definitely cause a storm. After the dust settled, the Thunder Hall was split in half by a sword, and there were broken tiles everywhere. The bodies of Lei Mu and others were lying in front of the collapsed house, and they had just been killed by Bai Tianyu's sword energy directly piercing their hearts. The faces of several people were full of shock. But there was also a kind of confusion in the shock. How could such a soul-refining master attack them, a small innate? Take away all the property in the Thunder Hall, a low voice came out of Bai Tianyu's mouth. The people who were previously arranged by Ling Xian quickly rushed into the Thunder Hall. Some people in the Thunder Hall who still had a trace of breath were killed directly. Soon, boxes of gold, silver and jewelry were brought out and gathered outside the Thunder Hall. In a short period of time, many people had gathered outside the Thunder Hall. They looked at the collapsed Thunder Hall with shock in their eyes. Finally, they looked at Bai Tianyu, who was standing at the door of the Thunder Hall with a long knife, and felt fear. This is a strong man in the soul-refining realm. How could there be a strong man in the soul-refining realm in the Golden Wind and Rain Tower? Could it be someone sent by the Red Sandalwood Palace? The young man in a brown robe who followed Zeman Muai from the Juxin Hall said solemnly. Let's go, let's talk about it when we go back. The young man did not stay for long, but spoke to Zeman Muai. Zeman Muai didn't dare to say much now. This Bai Tianyu destroyed the Thunder Hall with a single knife, and he might attack their Juxin Hall. Go back and make arrangements quickly. The people in the dining hall also took a look and left quickly. As for the others, they did not belong to the 5 major forces in King Cheng on the surface, so they naturally did not need to consider these. Third grandfather, this man just said he was from Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. How could there be such a master in Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower? Mu Kingsu looked at Bai Tianyu's back and said. You need to understand this, but this man is very strong. He may be a little worse than me in realm, but I may not be his opponent in a fight. I didn't expect that there would be such a master in such a small place like King Cheng. It seems that King Cheng has been a little uneasy recently. The old man looked at Bai Tianyu and said softly. Perhaps sensing the old man's probing gaze. Bai Tianyu looked over here. His eyes were sharp, with an invincible aura. He sensed the aura of the old man. This is a person who can fight with him. Bai Tianyu is known as the invincible god sword, and he has an invincible aura. While a domineering sword aura, this person must not be unknown. Sensing the domineering in Bai Tianyu's eyes, the old man said in his heart. Let's go, let's leave first. Avoiding Bai Tianyu's eyes, he left with Mu Kingsu and the big man. They now need to understand the situation in King Cheng. They thought that King Cheng didn't need him to show up. Unexpectedly, as soon as they arrived in King Cheng, they found such a sharp sword energy. After showing up, they also saw such a domineering sword master. The people from Jinfeng Xiaolao quickly transported the things away. Bai Tianyu also turned around and left, heading towards the Lei family. The matter on the leading side was over, but there was still the Lei family. Not long after they left, in a ruin, a figure crawled out from inside, his face covered with blood, his eyes were ferocious and a little scary. Only one hand struggled to crawl out of the ruins. It was Qin Hao, who was full of vigor and vitality at the time. A cough. A mouthful of blood spit out from his mouth. Looking at the ruins on the ground, Qin Hao was at a loss. Just now he was recovering from his injuries in the secret room, but suddenly, a terrifying sword energy appeared. Then the secret room he was in collapsed. Fortunately, he had an idea and hid in the corner of the secret room, escaping the disaster, but he was also injured and struggled to crawl out of the collapsed secret room. In fact, he didn't know. The reason why he was able to survive was because Bai Tianyu didn't let him die. Otherwise, he would have been pierced by the sword energy, or killed by the members of the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower who rushed in. Because he was still needed to promote the maturity of the Blood Demon Flower behind. Since the people of the Northern Pacification Division were hiding in the dark, it would be unlikely for them to show up. So Qin Hao, a chess piece, was still needed. Without daring to stay for long, Qin Hao turned around and left quickly, not caring about his injuries at all. Who is that? It seems to be the third young Master Qin of the county government. It is rumored that the leading family has surrendered to the third young Master Qin, some people whispered. Let's go. Bai Tianyu officially appeared, and the situation in King Cheng is about to change. After saying this, some people left quickly, no longer paying attention to the ruined leading. On this day, the Li Dang and the Lei family disappeared. All the property of the Li Dang and the Lei family was sent to the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. The last part went into Su Chen's hands, and the other part was placed in the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. In the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, Bai Tianyu and Ling Xian appeared in Su Chen's room. Whereas Qin Hao now, although he let Qin Hao go, he had to investigate every move he made. He temporarily stayed in an inn, probably waiting for someone to come. Ling Xian replied. What are the reactions of other forces now? Except for the Vajra Temple, other Juxin halls and dining halls have added people to guard against it, and Juxin Hall has established a relationship with the Yang family of the prefecture, but the one who came was a member of the Yang family's side branch, named Yang Ji, who has been following the Yang family's direct descendant Yang Muchen. It is estimated that Yang Muchen will come to Qingcheng soon. The Yang family is really lively, but the blood demon flower does have such an attraction. Pay close attention to other forces entering Qingcheng, and investigate any force. The people of the Northern Pacification Division actually hid in the dark. No matter how he hides, he will definitely be able to find out something. Moreover, now that Bai Tianyu has appeared, the water in Qingcheng has been muddied. The people of the Northern Pacification Office will definitely not sit still, and someone will definitely show up. This is a chance to discover them. Su Chen wants to kill the person who set up this plan. Also, announce to the public that I will resign as the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, and Bai Tianyu will become the new owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, Su Chen said to Ling Xian. Yes, I will do it immediately. Ling Xian bowed and left the room. After Ling Xian left, Bai Tianyu said, My lord, when I was in the Thunder Destruction Hall today, I found a master of the soul refining realm. His realm should be a little higher than mine, but I can kill him in a life and death fight. Bai Tianyu was very confident about this. The other party was not young, and although his ki was strong, his ki and blood were aging, and he could not withstand his continuous sword strikes. A master of the soul refining realm? Su Chen frowned slightly when he heard this. He did not expect that a strong man of the soul refining realm would appear at this time. Let's wait and see, Su Chen said. After giving these instructions, Su Chen left the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower with the rain knife, looking somewhat downcast. This also indicated to the outside world that he was no longer the owner of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. After Su Chen left, the news of the change of ownership of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower spread quickly. Bai Tianyu became the owner of the Golden Wind and Rainy Rain Tower. Chapter 46, Meeting, Showdown, and Planning. Su Mansion. As soon as Su Chen returned home, the housekeeper Fu Bo appeared in front of Su Chen. Master, there is something extra in the master's study. Go and take a look, Fu Bo bowed and said. An extra thing? Su Chen showed a puzzled look on his face. But he still followed Fu Bo to Su Mengbei's study. Although Su Chen rarely came to the study, Master Fu Bo often cleaned it. Today, he found an extra wooden box on the desk. After entering the study, Su Chen saw the wooden box at first sight. The box was made of ordinary wood. Master, I will help you open it. Now Fu Bo was enslaved by Su Chen. He was afraid that the box was poisonous or otherwise dangerous, so he spoke. It doesn't matter, the other party should be showing it to me. Su Chen did not expose his strength outside. If the other party wanted to kill him, there was no need to spend so much effort. He walked to the wooden box and opened it. Inside was a piece of gold foil as thin as paper, with some patterns engraved on the gold foil. Judging from the traces of the patterns, it might be part of the map. Look at the bottom of the box. There was also a letter on it. Su Chen opened the envelope, and the content was very short. Midnight, in the bamboo forest in the back mountain for a while. A stream of true energy flowed out of his palm, shattering the envelope, and then he put away the gold foil. His eyes looked at Shengwen Ziyan's residence in the backyard. The words were very beautiful. He had seen Shengwen Ziyan's handwriting, which was exactly the same as this one. Of course, this was also the instruction Shengwen Ziyan left for Su Chen. She believed that Su Chen could know. My nominal second mother gave me this thing and asked me to meet. It seems that you are going to show your cards, Su Chen thought to himself. Suddenly he recalled. Liu Wumei said that the person who fought with her in Qin Kishan was a woman. Could that person be Shengwen Ziyan? Su Chen's eyes flashed. The dusk drizzle sword technique he used at that time may have been seen by the other party, so Shengwen Ziyan came to him. He immediately figured out the ins and outs of the matter. Then let's see how you show your cards tonight, Su Chen said softly. Arrange a secret room for me, I will continue to practice, Su Chen ordered Uncle Fu. Martial arts practice cannot stop. Internal ki practice, ki, blood and body practice must be carried out. At this time, in the backyard. Inside the pavilion. Miss, I just saw Uncle Fu taking Su Chen to the study room. He should have seen the wooden box now. Do you think he will keep the appointment tonight? Xiaolin asked. He will keep the appointment, Shangwen Ziyin said. But miss, now that the Golden Wind and Rain Tower has changed its owner, is it not very useful for us to meet with Su Chen? It will also expose your existence. Xiaolin was a little worried. Go and investigate the relationship between Bai Tianyu and Ling Xian. As for why Su Chen gave up the position of the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, I will ask him tonight, Shangwen Ziyin said. As she spoke, her brows knitted. She had estimated Bai Tianyu's strength before, but she did not expect Bai Tianyu to be a soul-refining realm expert. A soul-refining realm expert, at this time, became the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, making things a little unpredictable. Qingcheng, a courtyard not far from the Su mansion. Mu Qingsu and the other two were in the courtyard. Third Grandpa, why do we have to rent a small courtyard? Can't we just go to the Su family? This Su Chen is really something. The Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower belongs to my Red Sand Palace. How can he give up the position of the owner of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower? Mu Qingsu said with some complaints. Her purpose of coming here is to formally incorporate the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower into the Red Sand Palace. But now the owner of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower has changed. It is no longer the Su family. It is impossible to incorporate the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower into their Mu family. Su Chen's unintentional move actually resolved this crisis. After all, he cannot draw a clear line with the Red Sand Palace on the surface. This is a wise move, otherwise his life will be in danger, the old man next to Mu Qingsu said. Fiwu, go and investigate Bai Tianyu's situation and what happened in Qingcheng, the old man then ordered the big man next to him. Yes, the big man bowed and left the courtyard. Third Grandfather, the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower pays a lot of money to my Mu family every year. Now that the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower has changed its owner, it should no longer pay tribute to my Mu family. In this case, our Mu family will have less income, and the resources purchased will also be reduced accordingly. The innocence on Mu Qingsu's face disappeared at this moment, and she became very calm. This matter needs to be reported to the family immediately. After Fiwu finds out some information, we will go to the Su mansion to meet that Su Chen. If Su Chen is included in my Mu family, we will have the basis for cooperation with the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower. After all, Su Mangbei is the founder of the Golden Wind and Drizzle Tower, and it is normal for Su Chen to have some of the interests of the Golden Phoenix Drizzle Tower. Now that they have destroyed the Thunder Hall, their power has more than doubled. If we cooperate with them, the profit should be more than before, the old man said. Hearing the old man's words, Mu Qingsu's eyes also lit up. She really didn't think of this method. Another place. In the inn where Qin Hao lived, a young man in a black robe walked into his room with two people. The young man had a stern face, and his breath was cold and heavy, as if he was an iceberg. However, there was also a breath of a superior in this coldness. It seemed that this person had a certain status. There were two people behind him. One of them had an ordinary appearance, holding a flag in his arms, with a gun tip on the flag, flashing a sharp cold light. The other person was an old man, with a pale face, but his eyes were as dark as the abyss, bottomless, and breathtaking. Qin Hao, who was recovering from his injuries on the bed, was about to yell, but he was very excited when he saw the person coming. Second brother, you have to avenge me, my arm was broken. Because of excitement, Qin Hao spit out blood again. The old man next to the young man immediately stepped forward, and a stream of energy appeared in his palm to help Qin Hao recover from his injuries. The other man with an ordinary face closed the door. After a while, Qin Hao's complexion recovered a little. Third brother, I came here in person this time, and I will definitely avenge you. I really want to see who dares to attack someone from my Qin family, the young man said coldly as he looked at Qin Hao, whose breath had calmed down, with a chill in his eyes. This young man was Qin Hao's second brother, Qin Xianhun. Tell me about the situation at that time, and why you were so embarrassed, Qin Xianhun asked in a deep voice. Qin Hao immediately told Qin Xianhun what he had encountered. As for the matter of Li Deng, he had not yet investigated because he had to recover from his injuries. Old Lu, please investigate it, Qin Shianhun said to the sinister old man. Yes, the sinister old man quickly left the room. You stabilize your own injuries first, and I will ripen the blood demon flower as soon as possible. When you take the blood demon flower, your strength will definitely be improved, Qin Shianhun said. Thank you, second brother, you must find the person who broke my arm, and I will cut him into pieces. Qin Hao's eyes were full of malice. Chapter 47, The Secret Scroll of the Demon Sect, Heavenly Demons and Seal. Su Mansion, in the secret room. Su Chen was swallowing blood-strengthening pills to increase his blood strengthening. Under the loose robe, Su Chen's muscles kept twisting and colliding, and then returned to calm. The Vajra mixed origin Qi-Jin strengthens the body without changing its own form. The Vajra demon splitting technique is that the collision of blood and Qi will make the body become a muscle expansion form, involving blood and Qi, using blood and Qi to push the bones and change the body shape. That's why the muscles under the clothes twisted and changed. The Vajra mixed origin power has been cultivated to the 5th level and is tempering the flesh and blood. At this stage, simple and minor wounds can be quickly healed in a short time. As for the Vajra demon splitting technique, the 1st level is still being practiced, and the move Vajra fracturing can already be performed. Now, if you don't use blood and Qi, you can turn hard gravel into powder with the power of your palm. After a while, Su Chen slowly opened his eyes and let out a long breath. My figure has not changed much, but my strength has increased a lot. Without using martial arts, I can rely on my fist strength to kill the opponent in the early stage of Xianshan if he doesn't dodge, Su Chen thought to himself. After saying that, he stood up. He had to meet Shengwen Ziyan late at night. The time for internal strength training passed too quickly, so he didn't plan to practice anymore. Open the stone door. A young man was dozing outside the stone door. He woke up immediately after hearing the sound of the stone door opening. Xiaoyu, why are you here? Su Chen asked with some confusion. Uncle Fu asked me to stay here. If the young master comes out of seclusion, report to Uncle Fu immediately, the young man said immediately. Well, then you go and inform Uncle Fu to go to the study. I'll wait for him in the study. Su Chen went to the direction of the study. Someone was guarding here, so something must have happened. After a while, Uncle Fu came to the study. Young master, the people from the Red Sandalwood Palace have arrived in Qingcheng. There are 3 people. After entering the door, Uncle Fu said. The people of the Red Sand Palace Mu family have arrived in Qingcheng. Are they coming to our Su Mansion? Su Chen asked. In the past, the people of the Red Sand Palace always stayed in the Su Mansion, so he asked this question. This time they didn't come to the Su Mansion. They rented a small courtyard not far from the Su Mansion. When you were practicing, they sent someone to say that they would come to our Su Mansion tomorrow morning, Uncle Fu said. Who are these 3 people? Although Su Mengbei was related to the Red Sand Palace, Su Chen didn't know the people of the Red Sand Palace in his memory. Mu Chen Feng, the 3rd master of the Mu family, is rumored to be in the middle stage of soul refining. There is also the eldest daughter Mu Qingsu, and the Vajra Iron Fist Du Fiwu, Uncle Fu said. Middle stage of soul refining, could it be the person Bai Tianyu met today? Su Chen thought to himself. When Bai Tianyu was in the Thunder Extinguishing Hall today, he sensed a master of soul refining. From now on, it should be the 3rd master of the Mu family. But they said they would come to see tomorrow. What do they want to do? Su Chen frowned slightly. Now he is no longer the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. Logically, it should be of no value to the Red Sand Palace, so there is no need for them to come to see him. I know about this matter. Uncle Fu will arrange the reception. Just follow the previous reception standards, Su Chen nodded. If the Red Sand Palace can be contacted, he is still willing to contact it. At this time, in another place, Qin Hao and his friends left the inn and came to the courtyard where he lived before. Qin Hao, who had recovered some of his injuries, sat in the hall with Qin Shianhun. Second young master, Bai Tianyu was invited to come down the mountain by Ling Xian. As for the attack on the Lei family, it was Su Chen who asked Bai Tianyu and Ling Xian to destroy the Lei family and the Lei Hall at the cost of the position of the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. There is not much information about Bai Tianyu for the time being, and I haven't found it, but now the information about the Blood Demon Flower has been spread, and there are also people from the Yang family who appeared in the Juxin Hall. The sinister old man bowed and said. The Yang family appeared in the Juxin Hall. It seems that I have to go to the dining hall, Qin Xianhun said. In addition to the official forces, among the 5 major forces in Qingcheng, the Buddhist Vajra temple is quite special. The other 4 major forces, the Thunder Hall has been destroyed by the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, and the Juxin Hall has contacted the Yang family. If he wants to know more about Qingcheng now, he can only contact the dining hall. Second brother, the blood demon flower still needs a large part of the void aura to mature. Now the Qingcheng void aura is in the hands of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. You should contact the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, Qin Hao said. Golden Wind and Rain Tower, I will go to see them after I go to the dining hall, Qin Xianhun said. Lu Lao, you protect the third brother here, I will go to the dining hall now, Qin Xianhun stood up. Then he grabbed the flag in the hand of the man behind him and sucked it into his hand. The whole person walked out of the hall and disappeared into the night. Third young master, take me to the secret room to have a look, I will explore it by the way to see if there are any clues left by the murderer, the sinister old man bowed and said. Follow me, Qin Hao nodded. Although his face was still pale, his expression had recovered a bit. It was late at night. The moon was bright and the stars were sparse. There was a bamboo forest behind the rockery in the backyard. When he stepped into the bamboo forest, Shangwen Ziyan, or Zihanayu, in a purple dress, was already waiting for him here. Under the mottled starlight, a slight breeze blew up the purple dress. Looking at the back, the slender figure could make people's eyes linger. But her figure was a little different from the Shangwen Ziyan he had seen before. Could it be that Shangwen Ziyan is not Zihanayu? Su Chen thought in his heart, but then denied this idea. The other party should have a way to change her figure, otherwise, she would not be Su Mengbei's second wife in public. Her face must be different. Su Chen calmed down, stepped forward, stopped not far from the figure, looked at the back and said, should I call you second mother, or Zihanayu, the saint of Hanayu sect? It seems that it was really you who was with Liu Wumai and Qin Kishan. You let everyone underestimate you. Zihanayu turned around. But she was wearing a purple veil, covering the lower half of her face. Her face shape did not look like Shangwen Ziyan's. As for whether it was Zihanayu's real face, Su Chen could not confirm it. However, from the other party's words, Su Chen confirmed his previous guess that the people from the Northern Pacification Office should be planning for this Zihanayu. I don't know why Miss Z asked me to come here, Su Chen asked directly. The two were not familiar with each other, and there was no need to chat, so he went straight to the point. Su Chen, do you know why my Hanayu sect has been hunted down by the Great Zhou? Su Chen wanted to get straight to the point, but Zihanayu did not. Instead she talked about this. The Hanayu sect was founded by the princess of the Great Shu. Isn't it normal for the Great Zhou to suppress you? Su Chen couldn't help but ask. The Great Shu has been destroyed for 300 years. My Hanayu sect poses no threat to the current Great Zhou. They are still hunting us, not to kill us, but for the 5 secret places left by the Great Shu Empire in our sect. In the 5 secret places, there are wealth and treasures left by the Great Shu Empire when it ruled for 1,000 years, martial arts, elixirs, money, etc. Everything is there. Whoever gets one can ascend to heaven in one step. Zihanayu looked at Su Chen and said softly. There was a charming sound in her voice, trying to interfere with Su Chen's soul. Unconsciously, Zihanayu in front of Su Chen changed, her figure became enchanting, her purple clothes turned black, and the whole person seemed to be dancing. The host has learned the information of the secret place of the Great Shu Empire, and is rewarded with a secret scroll of the demon sect, the heavenly demon's end seal method, and 5 white lottery cards. When the soul was a little confused, the sound of reward appeared. Su Chen's mind was stunned for a moment, and a look of shock appeared on his face. Chapter 48 5 Secret Places, 9 Nether Cold Veins. This made Zihanayu, who was performing the magic technique, the heavenly demon charm dance, startled and interrupted the technique. She looked at Su Chen in surprise. Just surprise, Miss Z, you can continue, Su Chen said. Of course, if there was no reward just now, Su Chen would have wanted to continue to watch the changes in the illusion. After all, the dance has not started yet. If you can appreciate it, you should appreciate it for a while. But Zihanayu's exposed eyes showed a trace of doubt. She knew that Su Chen was not charmed by her just now. He did not attack again, and directly said, these 5 maps of the secret places were taken away by the 5 elders of the Great Shu Empire, But the most core point of the 5 secret places is that only the princess knows it. That is to say, even if you have the map, you cannot get the things in the secret place. At that time, they were besieged by the Great Zhou Pacification Division, Xianhao Villa, Privy Council, and other institutions. 3 maps were obtained by the Great Zhou, and the whereabouts of 2 are unknown. The 2 missing are the 2 in the hands of the Lu family and the Zhang family. It is rumored that after the Lu family obtained the secret map, they repainted the map with gold foil into 5 copies and took it away by the 5 sons. The one in your hand is one of them. I have 2 more in my hand, a total of 3. From the 3 copies, I roughly determined the range, which should be around Qingchen. My cooperation with your father is that he uses the Golden Wind and Rain Tower to help me find the whereabouts of the secret place. When I open the secret place, I will use the elixir hidden in the secret to help him enter the soul refining realm. Now that your father is gone, we can continue to cooperate. Zihanai looked at Su Chen and said, "How do you know there are elixirs for breaking through the soul refining realm?" Su Chen couldn't help asking. Because each secret place contains some of the skills practiced by Zi Yushin, the founding emperor of the Great Shu, and the elixirs he refined, Zihanai said with certainty. Only elixirs and martial arts, nothing else. Although Su Chen was interested in martial arts and elixirs, he didn't need them for the time being, so he didn't seem so anxious. Of course there are other valuable treasures. Zihanai looked at Su Chen with some doubts in her heart. From what Su Chen said, he was not interested in martial arts and elixirs. He was interested in treasures. She looked at Su Chen closely. Want to see something in Su Chen's eyes? But Su Chen looked very calm. To be honest, Miss Z, although what you said is very interesting, it can't impress me. What's more, I have already given up the position of the owner of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. I am alone now, and you want me to help you find out the secret place. This is a fantasy, Su Chen said. In his heart, he secretly said, "You think you are hiding deep, but the people from the pacification department have already set up a trap for you." Hearing Su Chen's words, Zihanayu's eyes condensed slightly. "You can hide so deeply, you must have made arrangements in the Golden Phoenix and Rain Tower. I won't ask these, I just want to ask you, are you really not interested in the secret place?" Zihanayu said. "I am interested in the treasure, but what's the use if I can't get it? I don't want to spend my mind on this. And this is too dangerous." Su Chen shook his head. He said so, but as long as he has the strength on his side, he will take everything in the secret place. Why share with others? Isn't it happy to enjoy it alone? Now that you know about this, aren't you afraid that I will kill you? Zihanai looked at Su Chen and said coldly. She told Su Chen that because she saw Su Chen's hiding, he must have made arrangements in the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. If you kill me, the news that you are Zihanai will spread throughout Qingcheng or Lingnan County tomorrow. I think any of your plans will be ruined at that time. Su Chen seemed very calm. This Zihanayu's strength is at the peak of the soul refining. When I attacked by surprise, I killed one. Well, you are very calm. It seems that you have a backhand. Although I don't know what a backhand is, it should not be simple to make you so confident. I won't take risks. What's more, I am your second mother. If I am a member of the Hanayu sect, outsiders will also think that you are a member of the Hanayu sect. Zihanai looked at Su Chen and said, I am not calm. Cold sweat has already appeared on my back. If you don't believe it, you can touch it. Su Chen looked at the other party and said. There was some ridicule in his tone. But when he finished speaking, Zihanayu flashed, and she left on bamboo branches like a dragonfly. This is a good body movement. I want to practice it when I have time. Looking at Zihanai leaving, Su Chen shook his head and turned to leave. He gained a lot today. He got some information that he didn't know, and also got the magic skills and 5 white lottery cards. It can be said that this trip was not in vain. Returning to the room, Su Chen began to rest. Zihanayu didn't attack him. No matter if she was afraid or something, it meant that she would not attack him for the time being. With her in the Su Mansion must be safe. The Golden Wind and Rain Tower and the Thunder Hall are still hotly discussed. After all, the Golden Wind and Rain Tower and the Thunder Hall are the 2 major forces in Qingcheng. Now one has changed hands and the other has been destroyed. How can it not become the gossip of the people in Qingcheng? Su Chen got up early in the morning and went to the kitchen. But this time Zihanayu actually followed him to eat breakfast, probably wanting to observe him more. Su Chen didn't care. The 2 did not communicate with each other and simply finished their meal. Su Chen did not leave the Su Mansion. He waited for the people from the Rosewood Palace to come. Master, there was news just from Lingxian that Qin Xianhun from the Qin family has come and has subdued the dining hall, Uncle Fu said softly. Qin Xianhun is not only the second young master of the Qin family, but also the descendant of Sheng Wenzu, the master of the Blood Flag sect, one of the 10 major sects in Lingnan, and the young master of the Blood Flag sect. I didn't expect him to come. It seems that the Qin family still attaches great importance to this matter. Qin Xianhun must have been accompanied by masters. After all, Qin Xianhun is not comparable to Qin Hao. It's really interesting that a blood demon flower has attracted so many people. Maybe this is the martial arts world. It's just that the people from this Hanfu division who set up this plan have never shown up. They are hiding deep enough. When I have time, I will go to see Liu Wumei from Yuchuan. Their intelligence is not just about King Chen. Maybe they have already found out the whereabouts of this Hanfu division, Su Chen thought to himself. Master, the agreed time is almost here. We should go outside and wait for the people from the Rosewood Palace, Uncle Fu said. In the past, Su Mengbei always greeted the people from the Rosewood Palace at the door. Moreover, the one who came this time was the third master of the Mu family, so they should wait outside the door. Su Chen originally wanted to wait in the hall, but after thinking about it, he decided to wait for the other party. Outside the mansion. After a while, 3 figures were seen coming from not far away. Soon they came to Su Chen and the others. Hello, third master, Miss Mu, please enter the mansion. Su Chen stepped forward and said. No salute. Coming to greet was the bottom line, and salute was impossible. The old man looked at Su Chen, who was not handsome. He was a little ordinary, and his aura was not strong. It was estimated that he had not yet entered the innate state. There were some fluctuations in his blood and qi, and his physical body was stronger. Then he stopped paying attention and stepped into the Su mansion. As for Mu King Su, she just glanced at Su Chen and followed him into the Su mansion. 9 nether cold veins are discovered. 9 nether cold veins can help you quickly comprehend and improve cold attributed skills. If you can practice dual cultivation with the other party, you can obtain 9 nether cold ki. This, Su Chen was startled and looked at Mu King Su. He didn't expect that Mu King Su actually had 9 nether cold veins. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 49 Zihanyu's True Purpose. As long as he and Mu King Su practiced dual cultivation, he could obtain the 9 nether cold. Because the memory of the body receiving this body was limited, Su Chen was not clear about the 9 nether cold. But judging from the name, it should be something extraordinary. However, dual cultivation was required. He looked at Mu King Su, as if he could feel a chill coming out of her body. Does it mean that I have to sleep with a piece of ice in my arms? Would it be a bit cold? Su Chen thought to himself. He led the 3 people into the Su mansion. Through the gate, they came directly to the hall. In the hall, he asked the 3 people to sit down and asked the maid to serve tea. I wonder what you want, Mr. Mu. Without giving him a chance to greet him, Su Chen asked. Su Chen, your father came from our Mu family and founded the Golden Wind and Rain Tower in Qingcheng. In fact, you are also a member of my Mu family. I wonder if you are willing to return to my Mu family and become a disciple of the Red Sand Palace. Mr. Mu looked at Su Chen and said. Return to the Mu family and become a disciple of the Red Sand Palace. Su Chen did not expect that they came here to let him join the Mu family and become a disciple of the Red Sand Palace. Mr. Mu, I have joined the Sham sect and am a disciple of the Sham sect. I cannot switch to another sect. Shan sect is a sect in Lingnan County, and it is also one of the righteous sects. It enjoys a good reputation in Lingnan County. The Red Sand Palace is a sect of the demonic sect outside the Great Wall. Although it is powerful, you can only live in the Great Wall. It is better to stay in the Sham sect to develop. Hearing Su Chen's words, Mu King Su said, Su Chen, as long as you join my Mu family, we can help you get back some of the benefits of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower. With your status as an ordinary disciple of the Sham sect, I am afraid that the Golden Wind and Rain Tower will have nothing to do with it in the future. The Golden Wind and Rain Tower is the hard work of your father. Are you thinking of losing it all like this? You are eyeing the benefits of the Golden Wind and Rain Tower, As soon as Mu Kingsu opened his mouth, Su Chen knew what the other party was thinking. Now the Golden Wind and Rain Tower has been secretly controlled by him. The profits are all his. He will share them with others. Mr. Mu, Miss Mu, I have avenged my great vengeance now, and I feel that my strength is limited. I am ready to leave Qingcheng and return to Shenmen to practice hard. Golden Wind and Rain Tower, I no longer want to think about it, Su Chen said. Hearing Su Chen's words, Mr. Mu, who was originally quite peaceful, looked a little ugly. He did not expect Su Chen to reject his proposal. However, the ugliness on his face disappeared quickly. Mu Kingsu looked at Su Chen and turned cold. He was too ungrateful. They came in person to let Su Chen join their Mu family, but Su Chen actually rejected them. Su Chen, don't make a decision too early here. Think carefully for a few more days. The cause of your father's death is not as simple as you think. I will investigate the cause of your father's death in the next few days. We will talk about it later. Let's stop here today. Mr. Mu stood up and said. It is not the time to threaten Su Chen yet. When he needs to threaten, he will not speak to him so gently. Are there any other reasons? Hearing what Mu Lao said, Su Chen pretended to be very surprised and sat on the chair with a confused face. Mu Kingsu looked at Su Chen with disdain in her eyes. Follow Mu Lao to leave. The butler Fu Bo, who was waiting outside the door, hurriedly bowed to see them off. I think you should know a lot. Tell your young master that although it is safe, as a child, how can revenge not be thorough? Mu Lao said to Fu Bo. Third master, the strength of the young master, Fu Bo said in a low voice. Joining my Mu family is my Mu family's business. The Mu family is the Mu family of the Rosewood Palace, Mu Lao said in a deep voice. I understand. Fu Bo's face showed joy and said hurriedly. When the three left, Su Chen, who was confused, took a while to recover. He waved his hand to let the maid in the hall leave. After the maid in the hall left, Su Chen showed a sneer at the corner of his mouth. I will kill people, but I really want to see how you do it, Su Chen said coldly. At this time, in the backyard, Miss, the people from the Rosewood Palace have already left. They want Su Chen to join their Mu family. It seems that they are thinking about the benefits that the Golden Wind and Rain Tower has created for them. Su Chen pretended to be stupid and did not agree. He said that he was ready to leave Qingcheng and return to Shanmen. Miss, do you think Su Chen will leave at this time? Xiaolin asked. Su Mengbei is loyal to the Mu family, but Su Chen will not leave Qingcheng and return to Shanmen. He will definitely not leave at this time. Just pay attention to this matter. How long will it take to complete the mapping of the surrounding mountain terrain? Zihanyu said. The progress is a bit slow. It may take another half a month to complete the mapping, Xiaolin said. The time is a bit long, but concealment is the most important thing. Don't let people notice it, and have all the people who Su Mengbei arranged for this group of people to contact been dealt with, Zihanyu said in a deep voice. Those who were sent away have left, and those who don't want to leave will stay here forever, Xiaolin replied. Okay, as long as the mountains outside Qingcheng are mapped, the entire Lingnan County mountain map will be completed. We should return to the sect, Zihanyu said. Miss, do we need to get the gold foil back from Su Chen? No, leave it in his hands. If something goes wrong, it can divert other people's attention. That thing is completely useless in his hands, Zihanyu said calmly. From their conversation, it can be seen that what Zihanyu said to Su Chen before, except for the 5 secret places of Dachu, there are secret places around Qingcheng, which is not credible at all. Her deal with Su Mengbei is a group of draftsmen. Sometimes women's words really can't be trusted. Qingcheng, East District. In front of a remote courtyard on the street near the city lord's mansion, a man in a gray robe looked around vigilantly, and then pushed the door open. Crossing the yard and coming to the house in the courtyard, a man in a blue shirt stood in the house with a gloomy face. It was Yan Shu from the North Pacification Division of Lingnan County. Sir, the team led by Captain Dyuan is all missing. I investigated along the way and found traces of fighting in a ruined temple. From the traces of fighting, it was not very short. I didn't find any bodies around. The scene was cleaned up, so it's hard to tell how many people were involved. But I can think that Sir and his team should have been killed. The man bowed and said. I didn't expect something really happened. According to reason, Dyuan and his team would send a pigeon to him as soon as they arrived at Qingke Mountain. But after waiting for a day, there was no information, so he quickly left the previous manor and went directly to the city. and sent people to investigate the whereabouts of Duyuan and his team. Duyuan's strength is at the peak of the spirit refining, and some of his subordinates are in the innate realm. How strong is the opponent to prevent them from leaving? If the opponent is strong, there is no need to fight at all. It seems that their whereabouts have been leaked, Yan Shu said in a deep voice. The ruined temple is the only way to Qingke Mountain. The opponent attacked there and must have known their whereabouts. But not many people know that he came to Qingcheng. Could it be that old man Cheng Yang? Check Cheng Yang's whereabouts in the past 2 days. Check everything he saw at any time. Cheng Yang, if I find out that you leaked it, I will bury your whole family with you. Yan Shu's tone was calm, but his words revealed unspeakable cruelty and bloodiness. The gray-robed man in front of him bowed and said, Sir, I will go to investigate immediately. Yan Shu waved his hand to let the other party leave. Chapter 50. My friend is dead, but I am not dead. After the gray-robed man left, an old man in a brocade robe came out from the dark. Young master, this should not be done by Cheng Yang. Cheng Yang is not so brave, but the news that young master came here is only known to him, so we still have to check it out, the old man said in a deep voice. Old Yu, the current King Cheng is a little beyond our expectations. How did old Yu investigate the situation in Qingke Mountain? Yan Yu said. It is a bit unexpected. No one knows where this Bai Tianyu came from, and the information we found is limited. Qin Kishan found out from some survivors of the Lei family that at that time, 2 people entered the valley to investigate, 1 man and 1 woman. They were discovered by Lei Yao and the people he brought in. Lei Yao and his people chased and killed them, but were finally killed. From the bodies of the dead, one of them used a sword and the other used a knife, but the man and the woman are not the point. The point is the person that Lei Yao brought into the valley. We are the ones we want to investigate. I suspect that person is from the Hanyu sect. We are sending people to investigate the people that Lei Yao contacted, but young master, I want to go to the Jinfeng Xiaoyu Tower. They are the local tyrants in Qingcheng and may be able to help us find that person. It's a good opportunity for me to meet that Bai Tianyu too, the old man said. Old Yu, since you have guessed that the person who went to see the blood demon flower is from the Hanyu sect, it means that the other party has taken the bait. We just need to wait for the other party to appear in the valley. Why should we investigate who the other party is? This may expose us, Yan Shu said. From the intelligence we have obtained, we know that Zihanyu has been in Mailingnan County for several years, but her whereabouts have never been grasped. It can be seen that she is meticulous and extremely careful. The blood demon flower is important, but the other party may not go there in person. If she doesn't go, our layout will fail and be in vain, the old man in brocade clothes said. I understand, then I will notify my father to transfer another group of people. Yan Yu nodded. How can we return empty-handed after setting up such a plan? Another place. The dining hall, the main hall. Qin Xianhun sat on the main chair, wiping the blood on the tip of the flag gun. Du Guhao, the deputy head of the dining hall, stood respectfully in front of Qin Xianhun. Fear in the heart. Yesterday, Qin Xianhun entered their dining hall alone and started killing people. In the end, only he and another person were left in the dining hall. But that person was lying in front of him now. Blood was still gushing out of his throat. The flag in Qin Xianhun's hand had just pierced his throat. I wonder if you, Master Dugu, have found out who attacked my brother. Qin Xianhun looked at the other party and said. His tone was cold, making Du Guhao sweat all over. Second young master, I haven't found any clues, but from the situation I analyzed that it might be Su Chen who attacked third young master, Du Guhao said in a low voice. Boom. When he said this, the sitting Qin Xianhun disappeared from the chair and appeared in front of him. He grabbed the other person's throat and said coldly, Are you saying that my brother's strength is not as good as Su Chen's? Ahem, no, Du Guhao said immediately. Second master. This is just a small guess. Su Chen dared to make a deal with the Bai Tianyu to destroy the Thunder Hall, and he could also hire someone to kill the third master, Du Guhao said. He didn't find anything at all, but he knew that he had to tell it. If he didn't tell it, he would die today. If he told it, he would have a chance to survive. Just now at the critical moment of life and death, his mind lit up and he thought of Su Chen. So he said Su Chen directly. This is the way to live with friends rather than the poor. Let yourself escape first. What's more, he has sufficient reasons, so he will take a gamble. Hearing Du Guhao's words, Qin Xianhun loosened his hand holding the other's neck. What you said makes sense, Then you bring this Su Chen to the dining hall. Tonight, I want to see him in the dining hall. If he's not here, you can go and accompany your group of brothers, Qin Xianhun said and turned around and walked out of the dining hall. Plop. Du Yuhao, who was barely standing just now, knelt directly on the ground. Instead of getting up, he wiped the sweat from his forehead. After a while, he stood up, walked to the chair and sat down, and drank a cup of tea on the table. Someone come. After his complexion recovered a little, he shouted. After a while, 2 disciples from the dining hall came in. Seeing the body on the ground, their legs and feet were a little numb. He stuttered and said, "What do you want, hall master? Deal with this body, don't let it out, and investigate Su Chen. Where is he now? Report to me as soon as you find out." Yes, the 2 disciples carried the body out and then went to investigate Su Chen's whereabouts. At this time, Su Chen left the Su mansion and went to Yuchen Garden. He wanted to know some information about the Northern Pacification Division from Liu Wumei. In less than half an hour, Su Chen arrived at Yuchen Garden. Aunt Gui saw Su Chen and came forward to greet him. "Master Su, you have been ignoring our Miss Qinlan these days, letting her live alone outside, but you always come to my Yuchen Garden. Otherwise, I will spend money to buy Qinlan back. Qinlan has been trained by her for a long time. It is a pity to be wasted by Su Chen outside. I have redeemed her. She is a free person. I can't do anything to her no matter what she thinks," Su Chen said softly. "Qinlan is just a first attempt for him. She is free to go anywhere. He will not take her to live with her. Women sometimes affect the speed of drawing a sword. Then I have time to contact Qinlan." Hearing Su Chen's words, Aunt Gui smiled. "I don't know why you came here this time, Master Su. I'm going to see Madame Liu. Go and tell her. I think she will see me." Hearing Su Chen talking about Madame Liu, Aunt Gui did not go in to tell her, but took Su Chen to the backyard. In the backyard, Madame Liu is still so beautiful. Seeing Su Chen coming, the cold and arrogant look on his face disappeared, revealing a smile, and waved his hand to let Aunt Gui leave. "Are you here to agree to join my Chang'an Palace, or to ask about the Northern Pacification Division? It's okay to join your Chang'an Palace, depending on what position you give me. I haven't found any information about the Northern Pacification Division. Do you have any clues? Chang'an Palace has someone behind it, and it does not affect his status as a disciple of Shan sect, so he can indeed join. What's more, Madame Liu has some status in Chang'an Palace. Brother, since you agree, then I'll leave it to you. We've almost finished investigating the matter of the Northern Pacification Office. The one who came is Yan Shu, the son of the commander of the Northern Pacification Office of Lingnan County. This Yan Shu is not so important. What's important is the person who came with him, the outer disciple of the Buddhist esoteric sect, Heaven-Burning Hand, Lies in." Hearing this, Su Chen recalled the information in his mind. Buddhism is divided into 2 major schools, Zen and Esoteric Buddhism. Esoteric Buddhism is also divided into 2 schools, Vajra and Esoteric Buddhism, with their main forces in the border areas and outside the Great Wall. The Vajra sect of King Chang belongs to the Vajra faction. Heaven-Burning Hand, Lies in is not only a member of the esoteric sect, but also one of the 3 masters of the Northern Pacification Office of Lingnan County. I didn't expect such a person to come to King Cheng, which shows the importance they attach to Zihanyu. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.